Okay. The date is September 23rd, 2019. The time is 6 p.m. And I'd like to bring to order the meeting of the Douglas Board of Health. First item we have on the agenda is Ben Fox, 20 Roslyn Road variance. Ben, welcome forward. Just don't hear from Alpha. Okay. All right, so asking for a variance from the design plan.
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is an existing dwelling, two-bedroom house. So, okay, we're proposing is it a Presby system?
Yes, sir.
All right. With a pump, septic tank pump going into a leach system. All right, and we're asking for waivers, asking for the depth of groundwater from 4 feet to 3 feet, and a distance to the existing private well. Let's see,
I believe it's 87 feet.
87 to the abutter, neighbor's well on 19 Ritchie Road,
Yes.
and 85 to the well on property in where, what number is this, number 20?
20, yes.
20, property in hand. Okay. I haven't really gone into the design.
Why the 4 to 3?
Great.
Why the 4 to 3? Can you tell?
Yeah, that's separation of groundwater. You asked that. So certain cases, the Title V requires you a 4-foot separation of the groundwater. But with an existing dwelling, the state does allow you to, the board to grant a local upgrade to reduce it to 3-foot separation. We have that authority when it comes to a repair to kind of, for a few issues that could come in hand, aesthetics to the property, when destroy the property. Sometimes, not in this case, but sometimes to avoid a pump. Cost, we take a lot of factors into hand. We do have the authority to reduce it though. So mainly when it comes to repairs, it's aesthetics. We don't destroy the property. We try to help do the best we can to keep the property in, the house can't be raised. So we kind of stuck with that. So the system's what can be, we're dealing with here, elevation of the system.
Right.
So, just looking here, as to why, I haven't really gone through this very thoroughly, but why could the system not be moved closer to Roslyn Road? 25 feet. Michael didn't have any comments on it, of 87, 85, I don't know if that, I don't know the scale, if we can get, it could fit in there.
You know that Margaret's here, right?
Do you see? Oh,
she-
hi Margaret. I didn't
actually,
see you there.
I was, as she was reading that off, if you're asking for waivers from wells, then you can't ask for waivers to,
Groundwater.
groundwater.
Yes.
So you would just have to, do the 4 feet.
Right. I was wondering if there's a reason why the system couldn't be slid up gradient, if there's a pump anyways, toward Roslyn Road. I don't have any scales here, see if there's enough room to get rid of those well separations. I don't know if that, I'm just looking, it's
That's
25 feet.
Alpha Omega, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I just, let me ask, I'd say, cause he's gonna have to revise, the groundwater separation anyways, but let's just see if he
Correct,
can't.
one or
move
the
it.
other.
Right, that's correct.
One or the other, either if he can slide it up gradient and get 100 feet from the wells, then he could ask for the local upgrade
Right.
for the separation of groundwater. If he can fit that, reconfigure the system. It does have 25 feet to the street. It's 15 feet, he could slide it up gradient. I don't know if there's enough room there or not, it's gonna be close. But one way or the other, he has to, look at eliminating one of the local upgrades.
How close to
So
the road
I don't
can
know
you be?
which.
How close to a road can you be?
10 feet.
10 feet.
Road, yes. 10 feet with the leach system.
Oh, it's tight then, that's close.
Yeah, it's 25 feet right now.
but you're better off asking for a waiver to the, that property line if you can get it farther away from the well.
Yes.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah, property line's much, I think it's Board of Health, we're concerned, I think wells come into
Rather be
play, you know,
further
preference
away from the well.
as far as what we want
Sure.
to look for. Separation to wells is more important than separation to a property line. But the property line is the street. And the well across the street is 177 feet, so that doesn't even come into play.
Yeah, that's a ways.
So, yeah, so I'm looking at it right now, I think Alpha Omega, they just need to look at this, the design. You need to eliminate one of the local upgrades that they're requesting. You can't ask for both. When you're asking for separation of the wells, separation, you can't ask for local upgrade to separation of groundwater as well.
Okay.
So that, so either they're gonna need to reconfigure it and try to get the system 100 feet away from the wells and keep the local upgrade separation for the groundwater, or have 4 feet of to groundwater separation and keep the separation of the wells,
Yeah,
one or the other.
okay. Why would he not have known that?
Not sure. I'm not sure. I haven't spoken with him. I don't know what his thinking, whether he just missed it or there's some other reason out there that's not shown in the plan as to why he couldn't do both, one or the other. To me, it looks like it definitely can do one or the other. Could raise it a foot. Yeah, I don't see why that couldn't be done.
As it's pictured there, I believe grade comes even with the road, is that correct?
The road is, it's quite a bit below the road. Looks like the grade over the system is, we have cover about 101, and the system the grade at the road is about 102. So it's about a foot, the ground level is about a foot below,
As finished?
as designed.
Yes, okay.
It's designed here. The leach system. Inverts, yeah. So I mean, you got about a foot drop, so it'd be flat. You have to pitch around. But there's, I mean, it'd be kind of be level from the road going across the system if you raised it a foot.
Yeah,
You would just have to divert the water with, pitching it around the system.
okay. So what's the process from here then?
It would have to go back to design engineer and have to make the corrections.
Yeah,
Redesign it to eliminate one of the local upgrade requests.
okay.
And either slide the system or just change the elevation of the system.
And at what point, like, so we have to come back to the town meeting or board health meeting?
Yes,
If you still need variances.
yes, you will. We don't know what he's gonna be asking for at this point.
When is
It's
the
always
next
gonna be
one?
best, the next meeting. We haven't scheduled that yet, but is this yes, Margaret?
So if he can get 100 feet away from the neighbor's wells, then he wouldn't have to come back to a meeting, correct?
Correct,
Yeah, okay.
correct. If you can separate, get 100 feet from the well at 19 Ritchie Road, then it's only the well on the property at hand at number 20, and that doesn't require a board meeting. Margaret can approve that herself. The agent has an authority to approve that without the board's approval. It's just anytime a butter notification is required.
Okay.
And here a butter notification is required because of the well on 19 Ritchie Road.
Right. Okay, and then so the 1 foot decrease, does that need to come back in front of the board?
That by itself does not,
No, okay.
no.
Alright.
The board has a plan in front of it because of the separation that's requested from the well on 19 Ritchie.
Okay,
That, we had to notify that abutter,
yeah,
and because there's a separation being asked for a reduction from the required 100 feet, less than that, they were notified. Anytime when the butter is notified,
yeah,
then we have to have a public meeting.
okay,
But other than that,
okay,
I can approve it.
okay,
So let's say that this figure, this variance request stands. they can't change that for whatever
If you,
reason.
yes?
Does he then have to come back
Yes.
before the board? So we can't approve this contingent upon, so that he doesn't have
If
to
he's gonna
come back?
keep the same separation,
I think it needs to come back in front of the board.
I mean, I don't know what the engineer's gonna wanna do. I don't think it's just gonna wanna keep it there.
I mean, I'd rather move it as well.
Yes,
But, I mean, if there's no other change, what would be the point of another review?
well, there's gonna be a change.
No, I'm saying if that would be the only change in the depth,
If it's just changing this to a 4-foot separation, and keeping it exactly where it is, well, we don't know what the final product is going to be, what's gonna be requested here.
I would say moving it to the street would be more optimal choice.
I agree. I
yes.
just don't know why he would have done it this way.
I don't either.
So, I would prefer to get it farther away from everybody's wells.
Yes,
So, if for some
We would
reason
do
that
this
we
for
don't
the board.
know,
Mhm.
he can't do that, and then dropping the other variance and raising it to 4 feet would be the only change.
if,
Otherwise, it's staying
if
as
there's
is.
something here I don't see, and he can't get the separation distance to the wells, especially the well on 19 Ritchie.
Yeah,
Something I don't see and he can't achieve that, then he would have to ask for, and raise the system.
right. No, so the question is, would it need to come back in front of the board if that's the only change that would be happening from that current plan?
Well, we have to grant the local well, it's. It sits now granting the local upgrade request for the separation to the well. We'd be denying the, separation to the groundwater. Wouldn't be, approving that, we'd have to deny
I
that
don't know if there's
request.
any way, yeah, I think they'd have to come back if that was the case.
What would be the purpose, respectfully?
Yes.
I don't know
Just
what
to
this
review the
process
plans
is,
again, so we can
The,
calculate variance. I think it's hard to make a motion on contingencies.
it is difficult, it's. You want some time constraints here?
I need to move in, yeah.
Yes, okay, I guess that is.
So the best deal would be for him to move the system and.
I absolutely agree, I totally wanna get it farther away, I really do, and I don't know why it wasn't done.
I don't either, I mean, just looking at it here, I think you can get it further away.
Could
You
always
should
hold
be
a
able
special
to,
meeting. If we have,
we could,
if we have to, I think I would feel more comfortable holding a special meeting and just having.
We could
one
call another
variance
meeting,
than
no.
making a motion to appoint a variance for something that's not even there yet, not even drawn yet. I don't like that.
Yeah, it would have to be
The
redesigned, you'd have to go back to Margaret to review the change. And then if it needs to go back to the board, we can call a meeting shortly thereafter, post it, and have a special meeting a few days later.
Unless he has to do a butter.
That's right, if you have to notify it, well,
If they move it, they don't, right?
if you can get it 100 feet away from that abutter, then you do not have to notify, and we don't even have to come back to the board.
Right, that's,
No notification,
that
no,
would be ideal.
Yes.
What's the timeframe on the notification? Is there like
10
10
days?
days?
10 business days.
2 weeks, so.
can, what do we say? The butter's been notified, we can continue we don't have a date for a special meeting.
And we're not gonna meet again until the 21st, 28th. So 2 weeks would be, no, I mean, that could still be 2 weeks earlier than the next meeting even. Depends on how quick he can redraw those plans.
Yeah, I don't know how to
Right.
circumvent that.
If you can do that quick, then we can get another meeting and the week of Columbus Day weekend, that following week. Okay.
Because we can't approve the local upgrades as requested here.
the abutter here today?
No,
No, David Bergeron.
Did you get the signed card back?
yes.
Did you bring it?
I have it, the green card?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you
Are
either
you
drop
going to
it,
bring it in? I didn't realize I needed it.
is it outside the car or at home?
You know, it might be, I think it's, yeah, I think it is.
If you have it, you can just
did?
drop it on my
Okay.
desk.
Okay, I'll bring it back in.
Yeah,
Whatever you're most comfortable with, Steve, but I would say they would need to change the plans, and then if there's still a variance in question, then that Margaret can approve, we should.
yeah, I'm comfortable approving that.
Just without even knowing what changes he's actually gonna be able to make.
He has to
Sorry
make
approve
changes.
anything. If we knew exactly what was gonna happen, then maybe we could make a motion to approve contingent on what we knew exactly was gonna happen, but not even knowing exactly what the guy's gonna do, it's, or
I kind of agree with that, Corey.
I mean, how do you
Makes sense.
make a motion on contingency that we're not even sure of?
Can't be approved as designed, so.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah,
Drawing board.
so it's
Sorry.
conflicting information there. Sorry, but that's, yeah.
Okay,
Wish we could, cause.
well, the idea is to not have to come back.
Right. And if we have to,
Yes.
we can try to do a special meeting and
As
just
soon as possible.
do it and maybe get you in here a week or two before our regular board meeting,
Okay.
try to expedite it that way.
Yeah, once we get it submitted, resubmitted, hopefully you can get it right back in.
Okay.
Resubmit it, and then we can coordinate another meeting if it does get right in,
Okay.
but,
Alright. I'll get you the card.
Right, thanks.
right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry.
What I'll do is I'll email Ray over tomorrow and just tell him exactly what we're looking for. And then he should be able to turn it around
Okay.
quickly.
Next item on the agenda, we have Kim Forget, Tim Barlow, 24 Woodland
Easily
Road.
fixed. Okay.
Really, the guys who drew that.
Kim, who would you like me?
You can sit right there, Ken.
No, we like. You really can't double side.
Okay. All right, so we have is a failing septic system on 24 Woodland Road. And it's a 3-year-old system.
A 3-year-old
currently.
system, yes.
Okay. So, what is the current status we have there now? It's failing. Has anybody inspected it?
We've had, Tim Barlow, for the record, my firm did the installation and built the house on the whole road.
Okay,
We have not got a determination yet on if the system has failed.
I have I did have someone come out on, July 8th to look at the system, he came out to look at the D-box. So I do have a certificate, and I did forward that to you as well.
it's in there as
We
well.
see that?
I sent it to you.
Yeah, that's not, what we're in the process of doing, we've had 2 engineering firms look at it.
Okay,
We're trying to determine what's going on, and if there is a problem, how to resolve it, and how to repair it if there is a repair needed. But as of now, even from the design engineer, I have not got a conclusive answer.
You can just put it right on my desk. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
okay. So, Russell LeBlanc, Title V inspector, inspected on July 8th. He found let's see, as he writes here, the distribution box and the soil absorption system. Found the liquid level in the box to be 2 inches over the outlet inverts. Okay. Breakout was observed near the vent. So as of, on July 8th, he's, let's see,
So July 5th was when I had discovered that water had come up near the vent pipe, and I contacted Neil and he came right out to check it out for me.
Okay,
And, but in the process of it all, I had made some phone calls just to see if I could have someone just come take a look at it as well. So he was looking at it, I had this, my brother works for a company, who installs septic systems, so he recommended him, through the company that actually he formerly worked for, so he came out and looked, and that's what he gave me, so, and after that, they were great, they came out and they looked at it, and Dave, what's his last name,
Mark,
Mark,
the
yeah.
designer,
the designer
Mark
came
Burnett?
out.
yeah.
Yeah, they came out as well, I had emailed them to let them know what was going on as well, so they were working together to kind of figure out what was going on, so, but, here it is, it's almost October, and, I've had several times where the water has come up through the ground, I have, children, I have dogs, and I know they're checking it out, and I just want answers before the winter comes, I'm worried about what's gonna happen. So, and I know they're working with people, and I know it's a slow process sometimes getting answers from other people.
Mhm.
But, I'm, as a homeowner, I'm worried, very concerned.
Yes.
And because I know there's one, trench that is, I guess, is filled, and, they say that the other 3 are working, but I'm worried, okay, how long can that, stay that way? I have 4 kids, I worry about that as well, but, we try to cut back on showers, laundry, things like that, to try to make sure that we're not overdoing the system, so,
okay,
So is this gray water coming right onto the lawn?
yes,
Yes.
coming up to the surface. It's been 2.5 months, so you contacted 2 engineering firms?
The gray water that's coming to the surface
Yes.
was following the vent pipe up. So it started around the vent pipe, and Kim's dog had dug down and brought it up.
Okay.
The water that's the effluent that's in the pictures now, we had raised the inspection ports to the surface,
Mhm.
so we could monitor and measure the levels, and that's where the effluent's coming out from.
So the system, the trenches are full,
The
and it's
bottom,
coming up.
the bottom trench is definitely full.
It's just that bottom trench?
Just the bottom trench. The second trench up is 3/4 of the way full, and the first 2 trenches are, for most discussion purposes, dry. So what we have is, and what we think's going on, but I can't get a conclusive answer from the engineer, it's a step system. So, as the system is stepped down, the effluent's all running down to the bottom trench through the sand. And it's filling this bottom trench.
Okay, now, the Title V inspector did look at this in July. It's stating that there's 2 inches of effluent sitting above the inverts in the D box.
That's
No,
not,
we've never witnessed that.
we've never
Never
witnessed
witnessed
that, no.
Okay.
And we have an inspector coming out this week,
Okay,
and we're gonna open the D box up again and open the tank up again and see how it looks.
so check it out.
Yeah,
Because, I mean, you're looking at 2 inches of effluent above the inverts. That's not one trench that's failing.
I
So-
100% agree.
Okay.
But that's not what we have witnessed.
But, I was there, and I saw it, and Costas,
Yeah.
who was here, was also there when it
Okay.
happened, so we did see it. I do agree with them that I was also there when Neil was there again, and it didn't look as bad on that
Okay.
initial inspection, but I also know that Neil adjusted some valves in there too, so things got changed after that. So, he changed the water flow in there, so that there's some cranks in there, so things got
Yes,
adjusted.
The
Some
speed
levels.
levelers might have been a little bit out of level when you readjust them.
So I know things got changed in there, and so I absolutely agree that they probably didn't see it the way it looked when it was initially opened, but
Mm-hmm.
it did look that way. He tried to put the camera down, he couldn't get it he couldn't see anything because there was so much water,
Yes.
so.
Yeah, his remark was, well, what's the point, it's full.
Yeah, you have
He
2
went
inches
down a
of
little bit, it's
water,
full, if this is
above the
full,
inverts
yeah.
in the distribution box. The trenches are full. So, at that point in time, now
I
don't
do
know
think
if
that
it's-
things have improved, I don't know why.
Why?
But I mean, I know, this man is not, lying on paper,
Yes.
this is exactly what it looked like.
But those were the conditions on July 8th.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Have you looked into this, Margaret? at all?
Yeah,
We don't do-
did I go out
Yes, you-
after
you-
July 8th?
You came out, it was right around July, I think it was July I was leaving for the Cape the morning
That's
you
right,
came out.
that's correct. So it was
Yeah,
after you
Saturday.
did that inspection?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, and we did look down, one of the inspection ports, especially the lower trench was obviously the worst. But, I had recommended at that time, probably the best thing to do was just to go out there with a backhoe. And then let's see what's going on, you know, I don't know how else we're gonna determine that.
What
how
would you
that-
suggest with a backhoe? I'm not following you with that.
Well, what I've done on other systems that have failed is we've, at the very end of the trenches, you know, we'll dig down and we'll see if a lot of times, sometimes around these infiltrators, they seal right around the infiltrator. And the Title V stands still pristine, you know, and these things fill right up, or is it, you know, what kind of water is in there, you know? Is it clear water, groundwater, or is there a lot of contaminants in there that would create the thing to seal? So we don't know why the thing is failing or why it's having issues.
To dig that up, we'd be happy to dig that up and look at it. What we're trying to come up with is a conclusive answer on how to do something here.
Well, that's one way to get some answers. I mean,
Looking for
I don't.
answers.
That's what I was thinking. They don't have a robot yet. You can just send down in one of those pipes. So how else do you know
No,
unless
so
you
you
dig
just
into
open
it
up
and
the
look?
end of it, you don't, you
Right, that's what I
know,
was
We could
thinking.
hand dig that with, Kim's yard is completely fenced in, she put a beautiful pool in.
okay.
And we don't wanna start causing more disturbance than is
Unnecessary.
necessary at this time.
Mhm.
So we would be happy to open that up and hand dig it up and,
well, I don't know
See
if
what's
hand
down there.
digging's gonna do it, especially if those
it's-
trenches are full, you know, as soon as you break into one of those things, it's gonna come
Pouring out.
pouring out of there.
Yeah, I mean, if, we've seen these infiltrators, have chambers, they seal right at the interface of the chamber. Something, I don't know what it is, water use, or something that's gone down the drain and sealed the interface with the
so you
chamber.
get a biofilm around it?
Something is sealing it. I don't know, it's chemicals going down the drain, grease,
Kills the bacteria,
yeah.
that could be one thing, or is it because of the ledge in the area and we got, you know, groundwater that's just coming down underneath the surface, and as soon as it hits those chambers, fills right up, you know, cause the path of least resistance, but.
Well, we would be willing to go over with a mini then and
Well, that's all,
open
well,
up
you know,
an
just a
area.
small.
I just wanna make the disturbance as small as possible.
Minimal as possible.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate that.
Well, that's the thing, we don't wanna go over with
Yeah, and I
a-
think Neil and I had discussed
an
that
excavator,
too.
start ripping, and we don't wanna do something that doesn't need to be done. Her
Yes.
yard is perfect right now, it's absolutely beautiful, and we don't wanna cause a bigger problem until we actually know what it is.
yes.
So is there a timeline on when these engineers are supposed to get back to you?
We've had, no, they're beating to their own drum. What I have this week is, I have another Title V inspector coming out, I'm waiting to get a date from, and we're gonna open it up and have another inspection done.
What are you opening up, just the D-box?
And the tank, yeah.
Okay. I don't know if that's gonna tell us, give us the answers we're looking for. as
I
far-
understood, but it's a place to start.
Okay.
The engineering firm, Mr. Markinock's a great guy, but he's been a little elusive on how to do something here.
Okay,
We're bringing in possibly another engineering firm, and his suggestion is start with this, and then probably go to what you're suggesting.
so the new
That would
engineer
be the
wants to
next
see
step.
this. He wants to be
Yes.
out there and witness,
Yeah.
what, you know, take a look at it himself. Right, I mean, is there anything else you're looking for at this point? I mean, it looks like there's some kind of a direction. I don't know, I don't have time.
Well, I guess, the biggest thing is that, weeks ago, probably a month ago, it was a different, I don't know if that's still the same.
It's the same engineer.
Same engineer,
Yes,
okay,
it's the
so,
same one.
okay, and it just,
It's vacation time, people are gone, they come back, they're doing other things, it's hard to get it all coordinated at once. But what I don't wanna do is, and I don't know what to do, I can't go out and start repairing your system anyways until we have a plan.
Yeah, yeah, it's the kind of direction you have to know what to do.
Yes.
Well, if it helps any, he's doing the job across the street there. I mean, he's gonna be in the area in the near future doing inspections over there. That's the time to grab him.
Who's that?
Marquette,
Markedon?
Marquette?
Yeah, we're back in the neighborhood too, we're building some other
Okay.
houses on Woodland, so.
Okay. Try to coordinate if he's gonna be over there in the near future.
Who's it?
I mean, if you're gonna be out there in Muckwinot, and then
Yes.
it's gonna be out there
When did you say this problem started?
July.
July.
July. We're 3 months deep now, about.
Yeah, 2.5 months into it. That's,
It's
we
a long
need to-
time to have gray water on your lawn.
Yeah,
Well,
well,
but we're not sure it's my firm's problem.
Right.
I mean, we don't know what
What
it is. Yes, that's what we're trying to determine. What is the problem?
what's causing it?
Yeah, I mean, we provided an approved septic design that was approved by the
Right.
town, it was
Right.
inspected by the town and installed.
It's something,
Yeah,
Quirky
so we
happened.
don't know what's going on at this point, so we'd like to determine what the exact cause is before we start tearing things up.
Yes. Yeah, it's wise, I mean, the sewer gravel that's in place, I don't know if you need to test that, take a look at that also.
Absolutely, we provided all the slips to the town, they should be in that
Yes.
folder of the sand that was provided there, and it was inspected by both Markadunk
Yes.
and at the time,
Jim,
Jim Malley,
Yeah.
yeah.
the slips are there, so, I mean, all these things need to be looked at. There's something causing it, we don't know what it is.
Right, and I had just had my septic system, you know, I had been emptied, in March.
Okay.
So, and, you know, the tank, you know, wasn't full, they said that everything looked great, like, they said, keep doing what, you know, so so it just seems like there's, you know, there's a lot of unknowns
We
here.
had a really wet spring too.
Yeah, but it's 3 years, you know, that I've been there, so, and
Yeah.
honestly, I mean, it's not a wet area, I mean, I think you guys know that, but it's a very dry up there, you know, in Woodland and
I don't know exactly what, 24,
off of
past the
96.
farm.
I know what Woodland is, this road, don't know where in development.
I'm not very far in,
It's not very far in,
no,
okay.
it's before you go down the hill, so.
There was a lot of ledge up there.
There is. And you get that ledge, or the water just hitting that
Good.
ledge just under the surface and
Yes.
just flowing
Do
down
we
the
hit any
hill.
rock on that one?
There's no
And
rock
actually,
there.
and I just dug a pool,
You did.
last summer,
Right up
and
deep
they didn't
holes.
hit ledge
Yeah,
there
no problem
either,
there.
there was
Yeah.
no
Yeah, we
problems
didn't
with
do the deep
rocks.
Okay, in that area.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I do
Okay,
know.
well, there is ledge in the area. so-
Yeah,
No, no,
I'm
I'm
just
saying
saying
on that
we didn't-
particular
Oh.
lot, did we hit ledge when we were digging it out,
Oh.
or big rock? That's all I was
Okay.
asking.
Yeah,
Okay,
there wasn't any, like with the pool too.
No, there is a
wasn't
lot of
any.
ledge there, yeah, in the neighborhood.
Yeah, yeah.
I think for the well, it was different.
The well's extremely deep, yeah.
it is. So I guess you're looking for right now is some kind of a timeframe, what we're looking at moving forward. If you're gonna get your engineer out there, is there a time frame when he's gonna be out there?
We had someone come out and did a pre-inspection this morning, we're just waiting for a time and a day this week when he's coming
Maybe
back.
this week?
Yeah.
All right, and then is he gonna then give you direction on how,
Then we go back to Allen
The project.
Engineering and then get some sort of direction. We have
It's
no
Allen,
direction,
okay.
because nobody knows or nobody will answer what they think is going on.
this point in
I mean,
time?
a system will have some affluent in it,
Mm-hmm, oh, yes,
and I can't even get an answer on how much affluent should this typical system hold.
shouldn't be much after 3 years,
Yeah.
it should be leaching pretty well.
Well,
Should be.
it seems to be on the
Depending
other,
on the volume.
other two chambers.
Mhm.
You know, we're still under the opinion, and so was Allen, that the affluent's all running down to that bottom chamber
Okay,
through the sand.
all right, well,
Oh, that's tricky.
it is, we have,
So it's just not
Okay,
draining
so-
the right direction that you want?
No, it's a step system, so gravity's
and it's
bringing the
all going
affluent all down to the
right
bottom
down to the
chamber.
bottom one.
So instead of like in
Where to
some
go.
states, you leave a barrier in between the chambers, and that makes a natural dam to hold the affluent in the step system at the higher elevation.
Right.
But in Mass, we dig it all out, so it's just straight sand.
So it's just going.
The water's just, the affluent's just coming straight down to the bottom chamber.
how far are the chambers apart from one another?
12 feet, 9 feet.
Center
between
to center,
chamber
or
and
between them, actually. Well, that's, you don't usually see effluent flow that far horizontally, unless there's something stopping it and forcing it horizontally. I mean, it should go vertical down. I mean, at a cone, but it should, you know, you don't usually see.
That's one of the theories that's
something.
being passed around at the
Okay,
firm.
there's gonna be something, so, yeah.
You know, sometimes too at the soil interface, you know, even upgrading of the, and I've seen this happen, upgrading of the system, you still have that groundwater movement flowing this way, and then as soon as it hits that gravel, of course, that's where all the water is just gonna fill right up in that gravel, because it's a lot porous than the surrounding native material.
That's what we're saying.
But
yes.
until you open that thing up,
Yeah,
you
well,
know.
I'd be interested to open it up, and, yeah, I think
Yeah, so
that's
what
a
you
great
do is
idea.
you open up at the
Yeah.
end or in between the trenches, cause
Yes.
you don't wanna destroy the trenches, you just
Yeah.
wanna get in between, and then you just slowly scratch over, and then, and then you
Yeah.
just
So then
break
what's
into
the
one,
fix?
and then if it's full, you create a pit, and it's just all gonna flow up into that pit,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can start to see, is the material all around that still pristine?
Mm-hmm.
Or is the effluent coming out of there full of soap or grease, or is it black because the bacteria is dead for some reason,
Mm-hmm.
and if the bacteria is dead, then you got, an anaerobic system, and it won't function either.
Yeah.
So it could be a number of things, but that'll tell you a lot,
Yeah, that's,
And what if that is the problem? What if the groundwater is the culprit here, it's just filling the thing up, then you just you gotta divert that groundwater
Well,
somewhere
I
else
guess then,
before the system?
that's when you talk to the engineer
Yes.
there. And see what-
Plan
really,
B.
see
yeah,
what
and
the
see who
options
came
are.
up with the,
And if that is the issue, you're right, do
Yeah.
you do
Now you
a
gotta-
French drain or something to intercept that? I don't know, Rob.
Yeah, what's your best option, if that's the
Yeah.
case.
So
Yeah.
now that the vent pipe has been moved, do you feel that has made a difference? Has that helped in any way?
It certainly could have, yeah. The vent was originally on the lower chamber, and we moved it to the higher chamber, because the vent had clogged, because the lower chamber had
Was full.
filled up, so that clogged the vent pipe.
Yes,
So that was possibly stopping air from getting in and feeding the system, yes. So that could have helped a lot by moving that up to the upper chamber, which we did.
Or a
I mean,
clogged vent pipe, that would kill the bacteria too, wouldn't it? Would that kill
Well,
the?
yeah, if you don't have it, that's why I vent all systems
It's
now.
aerobic,
Air's a
so
good
We
thing,
do two, we vent every single one of these systems,
makes a
but
difference.
we did put this vent, it was on the
Yeah.
lower chamber.
Yeah, I've had failed systems come back to life once I threw vents on them,
Yeah.
Really?
and drained them.
Yeah,
and drain them, yeah.
And what's really not possible to tell, I mean, the first time we noticed the issue was like on July 4th, the dog was digging over there, but didn't give it a second thought, said, hey, come, and the
Yeah,
dog
right,
came.
right.
On the 5th, was digging again, Kim went out to look at it, so, there was some effluent on the ground, but who knows, that vent pipe could have been clogged before, it could have been full before, it's just
oh,
the
I think it
dog
was
digging.
full for a long
Yeah,
time, and that's
so-
why the dog was digging over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
So
that
it's-
plastic pipe goes straight down to the chamber, and it gives easy access for the effluent to come up around
Yeah.
the pipe.
Mhm. Yeah, so
So,
direction, I mean,
That's
you're
it.
looking for direction, so if
We
Alan's
are-
coming out there to do
we're
it,
gonna open it up again
analysis.
at some point this week and take a look at the D-box and see if it is like Kim had said when she had opened it up.
okay.
Well, not me personally, I don't wanna go near that thing.
I didn't even know what a D-box was up until this point.
So keep
But
him-
anyhow, that's
Yes.
what, that is our game plan.
And keep them informed on
Oh,
what
absolutely.
your findings
Yeah,
are.
yeah,
And-
absolutely.
And if you do open up the end of it with the small
I-
excavator,
I'd like to have you
take a
come,
look
yeah,
at it, all right?
absolutely.
Yes, yes, good,
Thank you.
I work for the Board of Health,
Okay.
so, okay.
yes. Yeah, so,
Okay.
is that good for now?
Yeah, I mean, I just
See how
wanted
it,
to
see
keep
what
moving,
happens.
that's all,
Yeah,
that's all.
that's all we can do right now, see if we can
Okay.
find, get some answers,
Okay,
hopefully Alan.
thank you.
Thank you.
Have a
Thank
nice
you.
night.
Thank you, good luck.
We need it. Always use that.
It's supposed to be positive.
Good luck's always good to have.
Yeah, little luck never hurt.
Thank you for the suggestion.
I run into these,
It's a mystery.
It is.
Yeah,
Quite a
when we
bit,
take it up,
quite a-
we'll call you and.
But we're not just sitting here trying to figure
sometimes
out,
there's an
You
easy
can come out
fix.
this week too, or when we're.
it's in July.
Yeah, see what-
Yeah, sometimes there's.
I have to think it's groundwater in July, but
This is
We did, we had a really west, even, we're trying to determine from that hay, there was fields
June?
he couldn't get on until September. Fields that he usually knows in July.
maybe then,
He couldn't even get the tractor on until September.
the groundwater was high that,
We had a lot of
right through
water.
June. I guess it's a possibility.
I mean, and it's after 3 years, but I guess, I mean, maybe a couple of years of it doing it, and the water, I mean, water's funny,
It is.
Water will create its own way,
Yeah,
and you never know when, I mean, maybe they built a house across the
Groundwater.
street, and that caused the groundwater to,
something that they're diverting the water that way, the groundwater had to be high to,
and it's
the basin.
development, they keep popping houses in up there, and
and then
whatever.
it changes everything.
You don't know where it's coming from,
Possible.
where the
So
spring
hopefully
is.
they figure it out, they dig some holes and
Crazy.
out there and figure something out. Hope for the best there.
Yeah, not much we can do about it.
Yep, for now. Okay, we'll move on, and, next item on the agenda is the town nurse with MRC.
Just wanna give you the information, just to overview what MRC is. This is a national network of volunteers,
Yes.
and it's likely to improve the health and safety of the communities. So this is like the network of people who like to volunteers, and we are put in the groups. And there was like big one in Worcester, like the MRC main office, but they were like so big that they decided to move, like divide the region into smaller parts and created one in Grafton. So we got a map and we were encouraged to join the Grafton office. But there were some changes in that office, and let me see, here in February we were requested to sign and let them know that we are joining the Grafton, because all the surrounding towns are under Grafton. But again, they did some changes, someone else took over, and they asked us to take a vote. The Board of Health is asked to take a vote to see if we still want to stay with Grafton. Because I think we have a choice to stay with Grafton or go with Worcester. It's up to us. But they want to know what our decision
What's
is.
the difference?
For us, there is no decision. We can be in both. Actually, I did some research. I called the nurse in Sutton, and she says, we don't contribute anything. We don't pay any membership. It's just they can only help us. And like I went through some training through Grafton MRC for nurses, and was free. They get them money from the state to provide the training, some education. And if we need them, like if we have a flu clinic or something, they will send nurses to help us.
So would you prefer to stay with Grafton?
So I talked to the nurse from Sutton because I really didn't know what do you think what it means to us. And she says like really honestly nothing to us. It's like more internal issues they are dealing with. But for us doesn't mean anything, and she says like Sutton stays with Grafton and Worcester. It depends, like benefits from both. Benefits from both.
It's not
yes.
costing us anything, or
No, we are
it's
not
only benefiting.
only benefiting, and like I said, I get the notifications about the trainings. Even today I got one about stopping bleeding. It's usually education with a dinner or lunch.
Perfect.
Well,
And
of
it's
course.
free.
Perfect.
So I don't see any, like disadvantages to be with Grafton. But I think they want to see how many towns still want to stay with them, just to see if it makes sense for them to keep it in Grafton or transfer towns to Worcester back.
Did I hear you say that we could belong to both?
This is what Sutton said. The nurse from Sutton told me that Sutton is a member of both.
Right.
They might have different trainings and stuff.
Yes, different trainings, like
Yeah.
different people, different grants.
Okay.
Different schedules,
Yes.
different opportunities.
And even like my daughter, she's 18, she's a member of also MRC, and she went to some trainings with me. For free. Because this is not only nurses, anybody could join who have time and interest.
Good.
So
So,
make a motion to vote to stay.
we are currently in members,
Yes, we are currently
so we just need
members.
we just need a
What's the-
vote to
is there a
continue
cost?
membership.
If you are still interested in the Grafton, MRC.
Is there a cost for the membership that we can?
No, nothing, it's
Free?
nothing, it's
Free?
free,
I thought
it's
you said
just,
that.
So are we
Yes.
currently members of both Worcester and Grafton?
we are currently with Grafton, because we were like, we were like transferred to Grafton.
Yes.
Because Northbridge, Uxbridge, we all were transferred to Grafton, but now the changes took place and they don't know like if it's gonna stay there or they,
So maybe we should be members again to Worcester.
yes, I know that people, I could contact them. It's like
Okay.
literally, really like me putting my name on the list, so Worcester can call me when they need me. Also as a volunteer, like sometimes they're looking for nurses, so I will be getting emails from Grafton and from Worcester.
Well, then I would make a motion that we maintain our membership with Grafton. If that's following your recommendation.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor? Aye. Good.
I would.
Did you make a motion?
No, because we were not members with
Oh,
Costa
okay.
like before. We
Different
were-
viewpoint, Bob?
Yeah, I'm just taking it all in.
Just noticing back there.
Hey, Bob.
It's a little different on this side.
A little friendlier back there?
More breathing room.
Can you second that?
Yes, Emily seconded it.
So it's 5 minutes, we do- Let's forward this.
Okay.
Just gonna stay back there.
It'll be next month.
Yes, that's fine.
Some of that.
That's fine, it's just an
So are we going to write a letter to Worcester, or we just,
They are asking us to just forward the,
So we don't have to do anything with Worcester, just Grafton.
yes, Grafton.
let's grab nothing in Worcester? Okay. All right,
I'll go with whatever you recommend.
yep,
Yeah,
not good.
I did
With
my
that as
homework,
well.
I went online, I did some.
That guy looks serious. I'm already
Very
nervous.
serious.
Yes, so, I did my homework, I know it's done.
Okay,
No.
all right, next item we have on the agenda is Tire Day. Tire Week, Tire Day, Tire Month, however we deal with that.
Here we are, huh?
We did 2 weeks. So you should have prices that are, which are the same as last year.
Same as last year?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
They didn't have as many things on there, but everything seems the same, so.
Yeah,
Perfect.
and we did fine last year,
We did fine last year, yep,
so there's probably no need to adjust it.
no.
The prices are the same as they'll be, and we did all
Yep.
right.
So what is it, 4 days?
Six,
6 days?
yep,
Oh, okay,
did 2 full weeks,
Just 2 full weeks gonna do it,
yep,
okay.
Have we heard from John, what's his pile looking like this year?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
We'll find out.
yeah, 'cause usually what John has is stuff he picks up on the side of the road,
Yeah.
so
Yes,
you don't know how much of that influx.
correct.
We're
is
gonna
gonna
get.
come in. It could be 10 tires, could be 50 tires, I don't know.
He would probably give us a heads up if it was astronomical, or,
Yeah,
I would think
Yeah.
he'd give us a heads up if it was a.
With those he's picking up though, so who knows,
Right.
so.
But, alright, I mean.
All right, so the dates for that are gonna be October 23rd,
Oh,
25th.
that's last year's.
That's last year, so that will not be, those will not be dates.
Just kidding.
So if we do October,
October
so we do the last 2 weeks, what do you guys wanna do, last 2 weeks?
works best.
Is that 19?
Yeah, last 2
Last 2 weeks of October,
yeah,
So the 21st,
yeah, say the 21st to November 2nd.
just have
That's Saturday.
those 2 weeks.
yeah,
Yeah, those 2 weeks ending November 2nd.
Yeah, 'cause it'd be a Saturday.
Yep, very good.
okay.
All right, so we'll have those tire weeks. And again, those are open for all residents to bring the tires, not just
How do we do
sticker
that?
holders, right?
Last year I thought it was open for anybody.
It was, I remember
I
that,
believe it was.
yes.
Not my call,
I think.
I remember discussing that, and we felt that, you know, their tires, we don't want these people to just throw their tires on the side of the roads.
That's what I was thinking,
And-
might as
and-
well open it.
So it's costing, that's been our, you know, the
Well,
charge.
they're still gonna pay for the
Correct.
tires,
Everybody's
but
paying
like
for
you
them.
said, they don't have a sticker for the trash, which is fine. I mean,
It's
Right,
just the
right.
Bring the
tires.
tires in, they get up.
Which is fine,
Right.
maybe they use Berkey or something, I don't know, another company, it's
What we're
fine.
gonna do, but,
That's
yeah,
fine, but if they
they
want
wanna drop the
tires.
tires off,
Okay.
So if
Yeah.
they're paying that money to drop them off,
yes.
Yeah.
and then do we make money back?
Well, we charge a little bit more, like
Gotcha.
little-
passenger tires
a little bit
150 and we
administrative.
charged.
A little bit administrative, plus it covers like the
The excess from
excess,
the
right,
town, yeah.
the town, to be able, they pick up tires on the side of the road, they collect them and they'll bring them over. So we try to absorb that too, so.
So we're gonna keep our prices the same.
It worked out last year, so, yeah, I think we'll do that. Maintain the same.
Yeah.
worked out fine last year, there's no need to, I think, to change it. It's working fine. All right. Then, next item we have on the agenda is the transfer station discussion. So,
Why don't you just like, right? Oh, we're not there yet, which is just transfer station.
transfer station.
Well, one thing we were wondering about, well, George had picked up a rain suit from, what is it, Tractor Supply. It was like $40 for a suit. That's a nice suit. 'Cause I have a feeling we're gonna get hit this year, to what they're saying with this winter was coming with rain and snow. I mean, I don't know if it's possible if we could get our own suits and,
Rain suits,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
some
I
Tractor
got-
Supply.
It's hanging in my truck. That's it.
See, $40?
Yeah, it's
Good with the
maybe
overalls
99.
too, huh?
Yeah.
Got the
I
overalls.
bought it for my own use, but I'm gonna use it at the dump it around the house, cause it's heavy. And it's got the pants on it, and it's got all the stripes just like the jacket. In fact, it's the same color as our coat.
Oh,
yeah.
terrific.
Nice.
so it just, well, wondering if that would be.
Have you used it yet?
No, I got it in the truck. When it rains, I'll put it on. I've had it
Let us know
on.
how it works.
Yeah, I'm not just gonna walk around and dump it.
You know,
I'm fighting the fire.
Next rainy day, just
I suggested a bathing suit.
Set up the runway right here, on display.
That would be cheap.
it does look good.
Yeah, so I was just wondering if we could get that approved, just for the four of us, no. I'll
Four of
do it,
those?
How comfortable was it? Was it easy to move around in, or was it a little stiff?
Hey, it's hanging in the back of my truck. I'll get it.
Nah,
can
no,
see
you don't
it.
have to do that. I can take your word for it.
Yeah, no, it's comfortable. And it's not like vinyl plastic, it's like a cloth
It's
material.
good.
It's
It's,
a heavy material, corduroy collar, snap-on hood.
they could actually
nice.
use it, you
In
know.
the winter, you could use it in the winter.
Yeah, with a sweatshirt underneath or something.
Yeah, and you can still move around. I just was thinking I got one like really heavy that it's like a
Oh,
stiff.
this
This one
isn't,
wasn't
this
that
isn't
heavy.
really heavy.
Yeah, it's
No.
not. Oh,
No,
good.
you can
Good.
move
All right, if you like it.
Yeah,
Like those.
I mean,
I think that's a good idea.
yeah. I mean, it gets. I can't imagine it must.
Four of those.
Yeah, but can we get some kind of lettering on there for them?
How would we do that?
What, take a joint?
No, I mean, like Douglas Transfer Station, you know what I mean?
That might be a totally said. That might be $40 a Tractor Supply. Might be very
Yeah, to put
different
that on.
than ordering one from a company and having it embroidered or something. That might be. You might
Yeah,
be
I'm
looking at like
gonna have to have a
100.
material, it's kind of
well, it's
stamp
like,
print.
it's like a rubberized material, so I don't
Yeah.
know how the print would go on that.
You'd be going back to the company. It would probably add.
What
I
about
would
like, just like
imagine.
those little patches
Yeah,
that
maybe.
are so,
I don't know.
you know,
Maybe like, usually like if you buy like, say.
we just have to so much time.
You can get it.
Other guys
The
that just have to
seamstress?
sew them on.
Are you volunteering?
do you know somebody?
I do
It's just
actually.
nice,
but-
yeah.
Oh, a black magic marker.
Yeah, I like the shirt.
Right, I have a Sharpie.
Douglas?
Yeah, it is.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not opposed to getting something with something on it either.
I just think it's more official, that's.
It does. It
If
does
we
have
can,
that.
I mean, if we can
I mean, if you're gonna wear the
If you
Divine
can find a
green
pl- you wanna
suits,
find-
you're gonna
find someplace
want
we can do it, have it
where-
done.
Do some
Who are
research.
you
on it.
talking to?
either way.
Anybody?
So I would definitely say like these were a great idea. I mean, at the very least, walking around with a bright green thing is they're gonna see you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, they're gonna know who you are and
Yeah.
Yours
that
is
you're
yellow,
working there.
Huh?
Yours is yellow, it's not green.
Yeah, it's a greenish yellow, it's almost like the jackets. Yeah.
It's like that
I'll go get
Post-it,
it. It's
right?
almost like the jackets.
That's green.
Okay.
Cause I gotta hang it in a jacket.
It's like the Post-it color right there, right?
Yeah.
Like the-
Yeah, yeah,
Like on the back, I don't know, on
The
the back
fluorescent
of it,
green.
put, you know,
maybe that's what it is.
town of Douglas or something, I don't know how it,
I don't know either. And that's
Yeah,
the
maybe
thing.
even that too.
Once you a company, right? They're not
Douglas
gonna,
transfer station?
Yeah, Douglas
you're not gonna be able to
Yeah.
buy this, bring it to them, and have them stamp
Right.
it. It's gonna
Yeah.
be they're
Find
gonna want to
it
use their
somewhere.
own. So now you're like special ordering something from
Yeah.
the same people that like National Grid get their stuff from. You're gonna end up like $150 for the suit rather than 40. You know, Tractor Supply deals with quantity,
if that's,
so
unless we can find
It's not the
something.
highway
We
department,
can
don't
look
they
into
have?
it anyway, you know, I mean, it's worth looking into.
I want to talk to John about that, I wonder if he's got the,
Well, the fire department does,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
wherever
you
they
can ask
had.
them where they,
Exactly.
Yeah, where they had it done.
yeah, where they, yeah.
that's what
They
I would
must
do. I
have.
would.
Do they,
Yeah,
for instance?
yeah.
John would know.
Yeah, I
John.
think John would, yeah, well, John would know, he's part of the fire
Highway,
department.
highway would.
Yeah, I would say I would definitely approve those for any amount of money, but I would talk to John about. I mean, if it's, I don't know, what's it worth having the word Douglas transfer station on it? I don't know as though it's worth $100 a suit to have that on there, but
Maybe it is, maybe it is.
Yeah, we don't wanna put Douglas dump, you know what I'm saying?
Don't you wish I Right, shorter letters?
Yeah, we'll save on some of the printing.
What if we just call it the dump? Yeah. Can we save some money?
Don't you wish I had stayed home now?
No, thanks, you added 10 minutes to that conversation.
Have you asked talk to the fire department or?
Yeah, I bet
Yeah.
John would have an
or
answer
John?
for you,
Yeah,
whether or
ask
not.
John.
Yeah.
I mean, I would
Fire
definitely say you
DPW or
guys
somebody.
should have some of those for the winter.
Oh, yeah, it's
Oh, that's fine.
There you go.
I think that
It
was
is
yellow.
green.
Can I feel it?
Yeah, that's kinda green.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's green, yeah.
I don't feel it.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, that's a great. Yeah, that's worth $40, sure.
That's what I thought, I was picking it up anyway for the house,
Yeah.
Well, you know,
blowing snow.
you won't get lost outside, that's
No.
right. They'll find you. Any snowstorm, they'll find you.
The other issue is manpower up there. We ran into a tough situation over the last couple of months, or actually, yeah, I guess it was about a month, right, Dick?
Yeah,
Yeah,
About a month.
yeah.
Matt was sick. He was very sick.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Feeling better?
Yeah, he's fine
And,
now.
they were short people up there for like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, was it? Yeah.
yeah, off and on.
Yeah, something like that.
We used to have an alternate
That's
for
what we
years.
did.
We always had a fifth guy.
We
Yeah.
had, the senior people.
Yeah, we always had a fifth person that would be
Yeah.
on call for that kind of situation.
And these guys were rotating, and then, you know,
Yeah, George
I
and
don't
I had to
recall
rotate.
everything, but.
The weeks are, to fill in.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it, George he
we
went on
need a-
vacation,
Yeah,
right?
and one
Well, I'm
week.
going on vacation and I didn't know if Matty was gonna be good,
Yeah,
because I'm going to Florida for a couple of weeks and Matty said he'd cover, but then
Yeah.
and I said, and Ron was working someplace else, so I wasn't sure. I wasn't canceling my vacation.
Right. Don't blame you.
I hear you there.
We need
Don't blame
it.
I mean, I think you need a fidth person, whether or not we can get somebody that
Find
can
out.
do the
Is there
tax
any
thing.
seniors that are showing any interest?
Can we put an ad, or like, I don't know, is there something you can do for that, to advertise that
Post
we're
it down
looking
the
for
senior
a?
center?
How would you work them half a day?
Because
Word out there.
I
For
mean,
the tax?
it's really like an on-call basis,
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
just
that's
like.
fine.
Well, the way I look at it, to get the guy trained, I'd say work on a Saturday.
Right.
That's the busiest day we have.
Yeah.
I
We
just
got
think about
to
how to
train
get
somebody in case we really need him, so he's not gonna come off,
Cause we
Correct.
can't
Correct.
offer a position.
Tuesdays and Thursdays, you don't need 3 people.
You don't need to.
Yeah.
Saturday, I mean, that would be the best time to train him, it's a lot busier, and he can see more of what's going on. That's my feeling anyways.
Yeah, makes sense.
But I mean, we
We can
can't,
find somebody.
Hire someone?
it's,
I fill in.
Position, like,
I fill in
it's
position.
gonna be hard
So
to.
hire fill-ins, we do,
Or unless we can find a senior, post
no
it.
one signed up.
No, we
Can you
Most of it.
advertise the senior
Well,
position?
Well, the last time we did the interviews, there was one gentleman there, he was an older gentleman, but I mean, he kind of, I figured he could do it, but I believe his.
One of the guys comes in and asks, is there any openings? He was one of the,
Not Bob. Not Bob. Dogman, we call him Dogman. Service dogs?
no,
No, he's got heart problems.
yeah.
This guy, no,
But
I
I
don't need
told
him to
him-
shovel snow and have a big one right there, no.
This
no,
guy
no.
told to go down and sign up.
Huh?
He told him to go down and sign up for,
And they just,
never did.
yeah, but it starts in October, so we'll wait and see. It
Yeah,
starts
the
in
senior
October.
workout papers are out, aren't they? Didn't they
I think
send them
everyone
out?
starts in October.
Yeah, to sign, but you got till December to sign up, right?
I don't
I don't know how it works,
I
but
don't know.
yeah.
That's all run through the assessors.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's what we need,
Post
is
that.
somebody like that.
That'd be perfect. We can find
That's what
that.
we always had,
Used
and
to
then,
have
and then when we went through the hiring like a couple
Right.
times ago, when we had the problem,
Yeah.
we hired the guy that was doing it, and then he didn't work out,
Mhm.
and then we just never refilled that slot again. And now, we need it.
Just to have, I mean, like I said,
Yeah.
train
That's
him on
what
the
it's for.
Saturday, train him on the Saturday, it's the busiest, it's the best way from the winter, quickest way from the winter.
Right, that's what
Tuesdays
it-
and Thursdays is not worth it.
Just finding the person, cause you can't post an ad for, we'll need you once in a while.
Yes.
Well, it's
Yeah.
a tough ad. I mean,
Or a
it's-
guy that do
Why
like we
not?
did before was the tax things, they were
Senior
looking for the
workout.
tax things.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
senior work.
Yeah, if you do it that way, yeah.
Work off.
They have to sign up though.
Right.
Do we have the budget for it? Sorry.
The senior work off.
Yeah, we
Yeah, the senior work off budget.
Right, you don't pay them, yeah, that's
Yeah.
just, that's just, they don't, they pay less in taxes, is that the way, right, they.
Yeah,
you
they
get
so
make that
much
money
Work
back.
off their tax bill, a certain amount.
Does it work out? Is it beneficial? Does it,
I think it's beneficial.
Is it-
I don't know how much, they get it off at like the end of next year or something, the last two,
Right.
they take it the last 2 quarters, but they can only work like 100 hours, or 110 hours,
and
whatever
what
it is.
is, what
There's
is
a
the
limit of
tax
what they
break
can
per
work.
hour, like, what does the wage end up working out
It's
at?
minimum wage.
It's minimum wage, so it ends up being like what's minimum wage now? 12.
And again, if they're just working Saturdays,
And it's only once in a while.
yeah.
Billings,
Well, the trainer, they said the first month,
training.
you could go 4 Saturdays, but then if we need them, you know what I'm saying, I
Yeah,
mean.
train him and then as,
For the training as
he's a
needed,
fill-in as needed after
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Huh.
I don't think it would hurt.
It'd be great if we could
Oh.
find somebody to do a tax break. I don't know as though the transfer station has the
I don't know either, that sounds
funds
weird.
to support a 5th employee part-time, but.
Have something to do as well. Yeah,
Who would be the
Ask all
person,
your
to-
friends.
who would be the person to talk to if we couldn't find a tax person to get a 5th person as an on-call, if we would have the, I don't know, I mean,
Oh, I think we have $2,000 budgeted for it.
There you go.
Corey,
Fill in.
when we were interviewing the last people.
Yeah, there was a guy that-
There was that one old man, and we asked him, why do you want the job? He said to get away from his wife. I mean, I'm just saying, that'd be he'd probably work any Saturday. Just saying.
you make straight up
Hey,
volunteer.
if you still want to talk, you can probably sign up.
Do you want,
I wonder, do we still have any of the paperwork from that hire? From that?
I know the paperwork's in there, I can't, I'm trying to
Maybe we
think
can
of
dig
his
that
first
up
name.
and try to contact that guy
Yeah.
and see if he's interested in a, let's try the tax break thing first, but if
Yes.
we can't, then maybe we do hire a part-timer, just an on-call basis, and we can, explain, are
Right.
you interested in an on-call position, I mean, and,
Fill in.
Yeah.
As needed, yeah.
That gives us a little leeway, that's what it is, just give us some.
you need it. And then if one of the guys like quits or decides he doesn't wanna work the transfer station, it's a lot easier as a move up for that person too.
Somebody, yes.
And then we
always
hire a new
works.
one for that position, it just
When,
makes it.
when or if that ever happens,
It makes
yes.
the transition, would have made the
Somebody's
transition
always
this
involved.
time easier, if these guys
Yeah.
already had somebody that
Right.
kinda knew their way around a little bit, maybe
Right.
it's.
His foot in the door.
Right,
Mhm.
right, it makes that a lot easier on us. I
Okay.
think we need to look into that.
So we're good with that?
and
Yeah.
stickers.
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 Yes, stickers.
Stickers stink.
Yeah.
I don't know if he made up the sign yet. About you doing, that was there, I didn't go there Saturday.
Yeah, they did make it
Oh,
up.
the sign's up there, okay, alright, so you're gonna be selling them,
Last Saturday,
oh, it was last Saturday.
Not this coming.
yeah.
Did you have,
Yep.
no, you had people
Well-
show,
Do what?
you had people show up? Yeah.
Yes, yep.
Well, stickers, like I said, we can still sell them, it's not that big a deal.
Well, I'm wondering about selling them once a year. That was my question.
Oh,
That was
selling them
it,
once a year.
yes, she mentioned that.
We could do that, I mean, be doing what we're doing now, except we do it twice a year, I mean, just.
There was interest in once a year. Some of the
Yeah.
people I
Yeah.
mentioned it
Yeah,
to
some-
said they would just as soon buy it one time.
Yeah, it's hard, it's a lot.
Do you
of
think
work.
there was
Yeah,
a
and-
opposition to it?
Asking, why don't you do
Yeah,
it?
why
I think they didn't have
What's
much.
the purpose
I don't think
of
it'd
this
be-
I
person?
mean, it's different if you're indifferent, either, yeah, I don't care, or I would rather do it once.
Well, a
Versus,
couple of
no,
people
I
said they
like
wanted
doing it
to
twice.
once.
It
I'd
creeps
say
up
somehow,
very
we have to
quick.
get the
Yeah.
information out there,
And then
let the
they have
people,
to
so
go
they're
through the whole
aware,
process.
you know what I'm saying?
Right, you're
Give
gonna
them a
come
heads
down
up,
by.
Mhm.
as soon as we can, maybe do it, I don't know how you can do it, maybe on the Douglas book, Facebook thing, I don't know.
How did that originally, a 6-month period, didn't that originally come about because of summer residents?
Oh, maybe it did, yeah.
That, those might
I
be,
think that's how it originally, from I remember, Joe mentioned that years ago.
well,
They stipulated that so the people,
Yeah, but-
they have a number of residents just for the
We
season.
changed it, cause summer residents when I started
Well,
was
they
$60
can always
per
come
summer
down and get
resident,
it.
and then we just
If
dropped
she
that,
has-
and it was
But
regular price.
Regular price, but
So
it
they're
it was
still
just,
paying for the year,
it was just 6-month period
Right.
instead of having the
Yeah.
whole year.
right.
What if there was something where it was just all year long, and if you're a summer resident, you could just
Get a separate,
get it, yeah.
a different sticker.
It's getting
now,
too, yeah.
That's-
That gets tricky.
then we're gonna be looking at all kinds of different colors, that'd be
Yeah.
nuts. That's the way I look at it, okay, you do it once a year. All right, the people that are gone for 6 months out of the year, well, look, if they can afford to go to Florida for 6 months, believe me, $50 ain't gonna break them. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I look at it. No, I'm serious. $50, they're gonna make a big deal, really.
Yeah, well, people, okay,
So it's 50, it would be 100.
That's true.
Because,
That's
you know,
true.
they already, they go,
They're hitting the break.
they have to be seniors. That's a good.
I'm not opposed to that. Anybody else have any, end of the
I don't think
guys?
it'd be a big issue, but
I'm not opposed, I
I've
mean, we
heard
could,
more complaints about people trying to get here.
Yes, I understand
this
that.
is why we decided to sell them up at the dump, because they gotta go there anyway.
Yeah, we saw quite a few.
Don't say dump.
I'm sorry, recycle center.
The dump.
My apologies. Wow. Somebody
it used to
said
be a
it.
dump. That was years ago.
Yeah, so, starting next
Start
year,
serving coffee up there.
that's what our goal would be, if we,
In March, or
Yeah.
Can do it.
Advertise to the winter, you know, let people know.
from March to March,
you could put something up
yeah.
there,
Kim's,
sign up there.
When is the town fiscal year?
July.
July 1st.
Yeah, and
Why don't you coordinate with the fiscal year?
I don't know how we change. I don't know how did it get to be March and September? It's such a weird.
I am, I was way before my time.
Probably
Yeah.
for the summer people.
I think so.
I think that would
Joe
be-
mentioned it was broken up because of the summer residents.
Once a year.
Yeah.
And, right, that's September is when everybody leaves campsites
March
and
to
gets
October,
out,
whatever
and
it is.
April's when they move in, and it's,
Oh,
you know, that's sort of the vacation
that
season.
makes
Yeah.
sense, I guess.
That's the vacation season, so.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, keeping it,
I'm not opposed to
March.
once a year.
I'm not either.
Try it out,
Okay,
worst
but I
case,
wouldn't-
we
I
lose
wouldn't
people
try to
and we
pick
go
a
back.
summer date,
No, no.
because the people will be,
Yeah, no,
they won't buy it
October,
in
something.
summer. You sell it to them, you know, like March,
Yeah.
April 1st,
Yeah.
whatever, what, in that time frame.
Everybody's around too.
And they have to buy it,
Spring cleanings.
you know what I mean? They're
Yes.
usually back by April. So if
Right.
they buy the sticker, they don't leave again until October, they gotta pay for the year, that's it.
Yeah, yeah.
And the summer people that come in, they should be coming in right around April. If they want a sticker, they'll have to buy it.
And honestly, that segment is probably pretty small,
Yeah.
that are just, you know, here for the summer, I mean,
I
even the
honestly
winter
don't know
people
how
like.
big that is. People come here, and then other people that are going to Florida for the winter, or
Yeah.
coming up
Right.
here in the lakes.
Like, how many months does Joe go?
Lakeside residents.
To the Florida, that's
October to
6 months.
April.
April.
Yeah.
Well, I think you have to live there like a day over 6 months or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. Resident of Florida, so you get the tax
No, he doesn't use it.
breaks.
Now, I'm sure like if someone comes in halfway through, somebody moves in here, something like that, you could probably do adjustments for them. I mean, you know, I'm saying that, all right, someone comes in, let's say we got,
Oh, if they move in, yeah.
Yeah, if they
Well, I
move
do that
in.
now,
yeah, we got 4 months left on that one sticker, and I gotta
only if
charge
they
them.
move in.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, new
that's
resident.
fine, but then, see, we won't do that. They'll
Yeah.
tell them, they have to come see you.
Well, if it's only once a year, I can easily probably handle that
Right.
now, you know what I mean?
Yeah, break it up over the 12 months and then you can figure that out, but it's just,
We can try it, I'm not opposed to that. Let's,
But
So I
it's-
think we should though go back, cause the stickers read March 1st, we should go back to March 1st, cause it's so, is it March 1st or is it
March
April
1st,
1st? Is it, you know what I mean? It says March, I always tell them, well, it says March 1st, but you have to.
Yeah.
We should just go,
We've
your stickers are due
extended,
March 1st.
extended the grace period so, yeah.
we usually give them a grace period of March. Because, I mean, this year we got them kinda late, and again, we put down September 1st, and we gave people to the end of September. Now, they gotta have it.
If they don't have it Saturday,
Yeah, that's
you
it.
either buy it, get your check, or you can't come in, because you've had a month.
Yes.
We're gonna tell them one more time,
Agree.
and that's gonna be it, and after
You got
that,
a month.
no.
Yeah, that's exactly how you should do it.
Yeah.
I think that's.
But, see what it is, people got this mindset when they come to the recycle center, that, we have that leeway. We say September 1st, they know we give them time to go, but that's gonna have to go by the wayside.
right.
Yes.
It's gonna go, what we say, let's see, January, February. Due February 1st, then we'll give them till March 1st, then they gotta have
Well,
it.
we should just. I think
Stop
we should-
buying your stickers
I'll
as
get them
of February
February
1st.
1st,
Yeah,
but it will be by March 1st.
March 1st, and
March
that's it.
1st, yeah.
for the most.
So they get their 30 days.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
'cause a lot of them get this
30 days to buy
mindset,
your sticker.
yeah, they got 30 days.
buy a sticker, and after 30 days is up,
And again, we gotta get the stickers a lot sooner, like a couple months ahead of time, so as soon as we have them, they can start buying them, they're good till the following
Oh, yeah.
month.
Right,
yes,
Well, you won't be buying them twice a year.
right,
Just-
that's
Right.
at $700 right there.
yeah.
A lot of
That's,
people come in and say, I just bought it. Well, yeah, like 6 months ago. Or if you were late, you bought it 5 months ago. Another
Right.
one's due.
Yeah, hey,
Sitting on stickers
I
too.
know, it's crazy.
yeah, I think I'm worth trying that. I think it's worth
It's worth a try.
a try.
Yeah, I mean,
That out.
I think it'd be easier to deal with.
I think
We
so
spent
too.
a lot of time, yeah.
I mean, it would be nice if you could sell like
I think for a lot of people, I agree,
But that gets
it's
hard.
difficult to get in and buy a sticker.
Yeah, and the other thing too is we start going with different stickers, this is good,
It's a
make
lot.
Don't make it crazy for us.
Like, yes, yes.
I mean, it'd be nice, it's a nice thought, but it'd be hard to
We
manage.
got one guy up there, comes in his back window,
It's covered.
he's got the stickers up there,
Yeah.
but I don't know how many
He doesn't
years,
scrape
but
them
they're
off, he
all
just
up there.
Collecting them and seeing how long you can keep the truck for.
He's probably hoping for another color come by that he's got one, he can be, you know, free.
But it's that one.
Advertise this so people.
Look, I've had the truck for 23 years.
Or even earlier.
Oh, no, here.
Yeah, we're gonna need to advertise it well out in advance.
Yeah, that's the thing, it's gotta get out
So
there. to the
people know.
public.
So we need signage for this selling season then, really.
For the transfer stations.
Get signs up there, put it on the
Yeah.
website,
Yeah.
get
The
signs out
website,
everywhere, so,
What
you
does
know,
it say, something like?
Prepare them.
prepare them, so March 1st, or
One year
February
stickers.
1st. As of February 1st, the stickers will be sold for a 1-year period,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, February first,
Mm-hmm.
they don't have it by March first,
yes.
Can start telling
so
people. it'll-
they have this thing, yeah, they still got a grace period, which is fine, I mean,
Yeah, the grace period.
everyone has this
Yeah.
mentality, they have a grace period.
Buy your February stickers, yeah, but you must have it by March 1st.
But some people come in and say, well, when is she selling them down the fire station? Oh, I'll get mine then. Okay. We got them right there in the office, but whatever.
Yeah. Alright, so we're good with that?
Yep.
Everybody's good, on board with that? Okay.
Much easier.
Alright. Is that all the discussion we need to have with the?
No, there's something else, you might wanna weigh on it. When
Brainstorm.
we cut the grass,
Yes,
right in front of the office, we have that big mound going on. And that thing is hell to cut, let me tell you, that thing is so steep.
Talked about
Yes.
To get up there. I don't know if there's anything we can do with it, somehow cut that thing down or put a wall and flatten it out or something, because man, that thing is dangerous.
yeah.
It
That
is,
thing
it's
is
super
dangerous.
steep, and
Yeah.
all you got is a push, and that's really, like, even a weed whacker is risky on that. Just
Yeah.
walking on that thing is
Yeah,
risky.
it is.
You
I
almost
mean,
need a three
I don't know if there's,
harness.
yeah, I don't know if there's anything we can do about it, but
Talked about.
Cause you need something there to hold the embankment, like the
Yeah.
grass, the roots hold the embankment.
right,
To be
right.
stable.
So you can't, like, there was talk of, somebody said, what about just bark mulch, but that won't hold the embankment, that'll just
No.
wash out, and
Yeah,
you'll end
'cause
up
once the
with
rain comes
dirt
down,
and gravel and
You need
everything
rock,
all
riprap.
over the place.
Yeah.
The stuff is gonna grow right through that anyway.
Yeah.
The weeds
will.
gonna grow right through that.
Weeds will.
Right, right, even trap rock, anything like that, it's just
Yeah.
gonna be
You'd have to
eventually.
put down a plastic over what's there.
Even
Before you
that,
put that down.
even that doesn't.
Even that the
Well, I
weeds
don't know
will
if there's a
come
way we
through,
can
That-
cut
that-
that.
that'll be a 3-year fix.
Put down
and
some
then-
artificial turf.
You won't have to cut it.
Get that in our budget.
You know, I mean, unless you can get some giant rocks that hold the, even that, you're gonna have washout between them, it's almost.
And you're gonna get weeds
You're
between.
gonna get weeds
Yeah.
between.
I was looking at
Somebody's
it-
gonna try to cut the weeds, they're
I
gonna
was
fall
looking
on
at
the
it the other
rock.
day. Even building a retaining wall, I mean, we could,
Retaining wall is the way to go, but I
But
mean,
that's-
Yeah, but that's gonna.
That's
a
a money.
capital
That's
investment.
Yeah.
that's a tall retaining wall, right? What's the
We'll
height
have
on
them
that?
tiered. Couple,
That-
have a
even-
couple of different walls with
Yeah,
tiers.
tiered would.
Yeah,
tiered
that would-
So yes,
But there's only,
Yeah.
I mean, what's a
in
staircase,
front of the-
6-8 feet?
Yeah,
Is that
it's
how
in front
wide
of
it
the
is?
building. Now, the town has that big thing that they cut the side of the road with.
Yeah, the, you know, the arm.
Oh,
The
the
arm
arm,
lets
that-
up, and I just asked John to come over, cut it once
How's
a month.
that?
You can try it.
can
You
ask.
should be able to
ask
come in
them.
with
Tell 'em
that,
we'll trade
make
her-
two
trade my
passes and
tractor
cut that
tire.
hill. The same thing in the fenced area.
Yeah.
Now, the guy that cuts in the fenced area doesn't wanna cut that hill.
I
You only
can't,
cut, you do
Yeah.
sections, so we go in there with the weed whacker, that's how the lawnmower broke last year.
Right.
We put it in there, you can't go up that hill.
Can ask John if that's something they could
Yeah,
possibly
next
do.
time I
After
see
his
you, I
suggestions,
know.
so we
Can
think-
we give him something?
That is steep, boy, I think.
It is, it
Right.
is.
Jump enough.
Does it go
Feel
out?
bad we asked John for a lot.
Yeah, we do. I'll ask him,
It's
right?
on that-
Station is
I'm in the
DPW.
back.
Other than that, it's gonna be one of our capital improvement projects.
You cut that little bit, the rest
Hear
you
that.
could do with that
Yeah.
lawnmower
That's a
that
big one, you
pulls
could
itself.
probably only do it
Retaining
in two
walls.
tiers, maybe you could get away with
Anyway,
doing two
you
tiers.
lead way.
But that first tier, that first wall's gotta go a few feet down, and you gotta put your deck vent in.
Yeah, I know,
It's
man.
it's a lot of work,
Yeah, it
that
would
would be,
be a lot
We want a couple, I mean, 3 tiers.
I mean, but it's
How
only,
high's that hill? That's,
it's high, and it's not
Yeah.
very wide, that's why it's so steep.
yeah.
It's only
That's why
one,
my-
that stairway, I mean, maybe it goes, what, from,
You left it up to
that's an
him.
8
Well,
feet
no,
difference,
no,
maybe,
Yeah,
8 feet?
20 steps there.
Yeah, that's
That's 20 steps there. So, I mean,
I'm always
it
worried
goes
about
up.
somebody getting.
Yeah,
And the
that's,
thing is, I mean, don't get me wrong, we got a lawnmower that, with the back wheels that turn, but you gotta,
Yeah,
you still gotta push that thing up.
yeah.
And that's the thing,
That's
last
dangerous.
time I did that, the lawnmower wouldn't go up, and I had fallen on my knees. If you don't let go of the
dangerous.
handle, that blade keeps turning.
it does.
But you don't want the lawnmower to run you over, so you try to hold it.
Although if you do a retaining wall, you're gonna be up 10 feet and then 20 feet off the ground. OSHA's gonna want you to put a
No, you
Well,
wouldn't
like
want
he
the
said,
walls that
railing
high.
fence.
You'd
No, I
tear
don't
it.
think we
You can
need that.
tear it, yeah.
You'd tear and
Well,
not have
maybe-
walls anywhere near that height.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. I
Yeah.
don't know, is there enough room to tier it that much? You'd almost have no grass at all. It would just be rock
Well, you're not
steps.
talking the very
the whole
bottom,
way up.
because
It'd be
that
a lot
lawnmower
of
will
rock.
cut up maybe 4 feet. It's just when you get
Yeah, a little.
fourth or fifth step up towards the shit, you can't get up there.
Yeah.
You just can't.
I mean, if you had 2 retaining walls, cut the top of that thing off, make it flat, then we can get across with the lawnmower, then come down and.
Yeah.
Grass
I
again.
don't know.
And then maybe you'd only be 4 or 5 feet off the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't need that much.
Yeah.
That's still probably more
But
than
again,
OSHA would like to see it.
You're
They
talking, you're talking.
probably wouldn't want any more than a 4-foot retaining wall
No.
out
I
there.
don't even know if we need 4 feet.
I don't think so. If you just took off, so you weren't on such a slant, even if the top hill slanted a little bit, and the second one slanted a little bit, didn't have to necessarily be flat, but you wouldn't be trying to go
No.
up, straight up a hill,
Yeah.
or trying to come down. You can't, you're better off trying to go up than come down.
Yeah, you'd just be chasing the
Jesus.
Then let it go.
Yeah.
Put it on a string.
Well, talk to John, see if he can,
Yeah,
get his mower out there and see something he can do.
Yeah.
If not, then maybe that's something we're gonna have to look at
I mean,
for
maybe we
an
can even
improvement
just-
project. Capital improvement project
Can you
is,
pay John to do it once in a while, or are we not allowed to pay DPW to do services like that? Is that something we can like,
You know,
if it's something that like,
Because if Randy's going out
Boy, I
one
do a
day
lot
and
of
we don't
things for
cut
you
it
guys.
every week, we
Yeah,
cut it
John
once a
helps us out
month.
an awful lot, like
I
we
know.
get
It just
the.
that's why I
He
keep
does.
asking him
The
for
open
stuff.
top, they come over with the big one, they come over and they crush it, I mean, anytime,
That's what I mean, I start to
anytime
feel
we
good
ask, I
asking
mean.
same
Oh, yeah.
guy for a favor over and
Yeah,
over
yeah.
again, you know? It's
Yeah.
like, hey, we got one more thing we want you to do for us. We got, you know what, there's one more.
This meeting.
yeah.
Hey. He
We do
hasn't
need to
refused
switch
yet,
it.
every day we ask him, he comes right over.
Yeah, but when you think about it, it's town money anyway, so
Well,
it's,
yeah.
you know.
I'd ask him.
Yeah, I don't think John had any issues over
Well,
it.
that
think
way you
so
can get
either.
by with it, cause it's only what, 3 months in the summer, if he came
Yeah.
twice a
Couple
summer,
times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just did the hill.
Just a couple times.
Yeah.
just
We
to
do
clean it
things
up.
for him too.
no, we could ask the guy with the tractor to come up and do the hill.
He can't do the hill he's doing now.
It's tricky enough.
Yeah,
So, that's John, and
yeah, I
Yeah.
think John would be able to do it.
if he does it,
I think
we're
that's
good
the
to
way
go
to
for
go,
now
yeah.
anyways.
I think that's a good way to go.
All right. Anything else?
Yep.
Anything else, George? That is, huh?
Transfer station.
No, the child sign up there.
Yeah,
The one that says, please don't let your child out of the car. Struck me
Well-
as kinda wishy-washy. You ought to say something
Don't let your
per
child.
the board of director mandate.
it's on the
you
paper now,
cannot.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's on the paper.
It's on the
We
paper
put
we
it on the
pass out
paper.
with the stickers.
See, it
and
wasn't,
we
it used to
mentioned
be on
it
the
to
fence
people.
when they drive up. The
It's
George
only-
took it off and we put it up, so when they drive, but they see it better now.
Say no children under 12 or something like
Right,
that
no
allowed?
under 12
Oh,
should
that
be
was-
running around.
Yes.
About a month ago, there was a kid down there with the
Yeah.
father, 5 years old, and the father gave him a bottle, throw this here, throw that there. On a Saturday, those people backing up with those pickup trucks, they're
Right.
not gonna see that kid.
Agreed.
He's gonna get run right over. And then he went down to talk to him, and the guy, I'll do what I want with my kid. Well, if the kid gets run over and it says on the paper he can't come out of the car, it's not our responsibility.
No.
Yeah.
but I had to do it, and he didn't
Still don't
like
wanna
it.
see that.
So you don't tell me to do what I can do with my kid. I said,
Yeah.
No, look, here you can't do that.
Right, I'm not telling
Car
you what you
backs
can do with
up.
your kid.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I got the new cars you can see in the back, but there's old cars that come in there too. I mean, the kid's only this big.
That's right.
Nah, the kid doesn't
It doesn't
belong
matter,
there.
you can't tell you that, it's a rule.
Yeah, make a rule.
So, that's why we took the sign off
No
the fence
children
and we
under
put it
12
up,
allowed out
so
of
hopefully they can
vehicles.
see it better.
Yeah, he can't tell you that, I mean, you're not telling him what to do with his kid, you're telling him
No.
his kid can't run around the transfer
Yeah,
station.
it's a safety
Yes.
It's
thing.
different.
Yeah.
Say, do whatever you want with your kid, but your kid can't run around here.
No.
That's, I don't care
Oh,
what you
yeah.
do with your
You
kid.
bring a
it's your
kid there,
business.
he has to remain in the car.
Yeah,
As a parent,
Yeah.
you don't want them to run.
Absolutely not. I'm a parent, my wife, you don't want your child out
God
running around
forbid
the transfer
something
station.
happens there.
It's a second.
But, who knows?
All right, another item.
Yes.
he must have been fired up.
I was at the transfer station the other day, I looked out at the apparently unmowed grass. Was it mowed this year?
He came.
Yeah, last
He
week.
came last Saturday,
Saturday before.
Saturday before, and he mowed it, and then he left. But he didn't do behind the compactors, and he didn't do the hill, and he didn't do what he normally did, so
He did come back.
he came back.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was coming back, he never said anything, but he came back Tuesday, Matt, he said?
Yeah, I think it was Tuesday.
Finish
Yeah.
it up.
Yeah.
Finished the
Well,
job?
he left, he didn't say anything to us, saying,
Okay.
well, I'll be back to finish it. I mean, he should have stopped and just let us know, but he
Yes.
just drove on, so, oh, he's done. You know.
And then he came back.
I figured he didn't wanna do the hill anymore.
Add it with his
But he
face.
did the thing, right? He did
All
the
right.
way out in the field.
So that's done.
He did that
One
Right.
more.
compactors, and he did
Did
that
we
little
ever do any
bit,
work on the gate?
but only so much.
Yeah, they're working on it
Yeah.
now.
It's done.
No, it's not done.
But the guy came.
The first two guys came, they straightened the thing out,
He did that, I
and then they
didn't
didn't finish it, cause they told me, I guess the boss was supposed to come in and put in one of those, what do you call them, turnbuckles?
Turnbuckle.
On the front, on the first gate. That had to be done next, and then they were gonna come back and set it up so it locks the way it's supposed to. You
Yes.
pull the pole and you get that much space in between.
So,
Okay.
So,
we're underway.
they were supposed to
They're
come
working
back.
on it.
They
Yeah,
put
they
a
were-
new
they are
wheel
working.
on it? They
Huh?
putting a wheel on it too?
About the wheel, I don't know. I know the wheel that's on what I call the second gate, not, you know,
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4 gates.
Yeah.
The second gate, that thing is flat. That thing is shot to crap. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just, whether they're gonna do that.
That's
I
not one
don't
of the
know.
new ones, right? That's one of the old ones?
That is the new one, we put it
The
on
new
there
one.
to try to help the gate,
And it
but it just flattened that wheel, that's when we couldn't open it any farther than
I think
halfway.
that's because of the accident, but so much weight put on that.
So much
thing,
weight
it's
on that
just,
Oh,
post.
probably, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, so,
Yeah, cause that post went right over, right?
right.
So one problem at a time, I guess.
Yeah,
I know they're working on it, whether they did anything else after, they happened to be up there when Matty and Ron were there,
Yes.
and they pulled in, so I went down and I talked to them.
Okay.
All those welded assemblies are still up there, right?
yeah,
For the wheels, so
Yeah.
they have all the,
yeah,
that
the
stuff?
two old wheels and the two new wheels that I had welded, they're still in the shack,
Oh, good.
yeah, we didn't get rid of them, the wheels are
Yeah.
there.
There you
And
go.
when the boss comes, I would show him them and tell him that's what,
See if they
we
can-
had to have Fab to work, to roll that gate, if there was some way that he could help to put those on to alleviate the
Stress.
weight, the stress on that gate would
He
be.
has to figure a way of putting them on so that it doesn't, if the wheel turns, it doesn't lock under the front of that
Right,
gate.
right,
That's why they were welded out so far,
yeah.
still,
Well, cause those aren't the original wheels, so
Yeah.
that assembly was made for, you know?
When we would open up the gate and
It would
open
work
it,
fine one
the
way.
wheel would hit the
The
pipe
bottom.
coming down.
Yeah.
So of course, that doesn't help it. To close it was no big deal, to do it,
Right.
turn the other way was no big deal.
But when you
just,
open it, it screws it up.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Okay.
I'm done.
Anybody else have anything? We're
All
done.
set?
Okay, we're all set with the transfer station. All right, we'll move on. Next we have food inspector. All right. So our current food inspector, Steve Garabedian. We've had a few issues. He hasn't been responding to us. Kristen's been trying to get a hold of him for a number of times. And we actually had to hire a separate woman, what's her name? Terry.
He just wasn't calling. Wow.
You know,
So,
so Terry Gilchrist contacted her and she did a home inspection in the home kitchen. Yeah, for Jennifer, the kitchen lady, correct.
excellent.
So she did that, and I guess she also was gonna recommend somebody else we can get maybe full-time.
She's just temporary?
She
Yeah,
can't.
she can't, she's got too much on her plate, but she helped us out with that inspection.
Is that what she does as a main thing, is food inspections? And she's too busy?
Yeah, well, I think she's retired, I don't think she does it on the side, I think.
So, but, so she hasn't gotten back with any names yet, right?
Yes, I
Or
have a
she
name.
has, you
Yep.
have the names that she's recommended? Okay, so,
Cause I need, like, the Oktoberfest is coming, the Historical Society wants to use their kitchen.
So we need to hire somebody
We
right
need
away?
to
hire somebody.
Okay.
Steve is,
Yeah, let's do it.
so we, how many, did you give us one name, two names?
One name.
One name?
So we have
Which
a
I've
term.
called him to
Yes.
see if he would.
You mentioned he was very.
And he's on I haven't talked to him yet.
You haven't, okay,
He's in a conference
okay.
till tomorrow.
We have to terminate Steve though, first? Or is that already been
There's
accomplished?
probably a procedure we have to follow.
Yeah, we gotta
Probably.
find out what the proper
Yeah.
procedure for that is.
Talk to Matt?
Do you,
Yes.
I mean,
have
if-
to post this job before you hire?
Well, we need somebody temporarily to get us through
At least
Oktoberfest,
Oktoberfest
that's-
for now, at least.
Temporary is no problem.
Yeah. That's what I wanted, like, just to get the okay to use someone now.
Well, I think you have to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think.
We have to get these inspected.
Do we have to do
So-
a vote too on the person we hire or no? We can just hire him?
That's a good question.
Mm.
We probably
You
need to
can
have.
recommend
I think-
someone
I
to.
think you should get some legal counsel on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we probably need to talk to Matt.
Yes,
Get through the procedure, but I'm guessing.
Oktoberfest is when?
Oktoberfest.
5,
A week from
10,
Saturday.
5.
A week from Saturday, so we need to move on that, so we really can't wait.
No,
Well,
Let's
you
take
can-
a vote.
You can have somebody, you know,
Temporarily.
fill in, say temporarily,
Yes,
but to hire.
let's do that. We can't, not gonna hire, but let's,
No.
right now,
Well,
Temporary fill.
So we can't
temporary
use
currently.
Steve up for Oktoberfest, you guys don't do, no?
He's not
Steve,
returning.
he's not returning any phone calls.
Oh.
He's not,
Still, okay, I figured he'd be available for Oktoberfest.
Hope.
And normally we don't really need anybody for
Right, but
Oktoberfest.
because.
Yeah, we need the kitchen inspector.
So we gotta have somebody do it for Oktoberfest, so we need a temporary for the next 2 weeks, and then we need to,
then we can ask
Interviews.
Matt how we need to move forward on a permanent hire.
it's probably gonna be an
Dealing with-
interview and a recommendation.
Probably, yes, I would think, but, however that is, how to terminate Steve and bring on somebody new.
Yeah.
How we need to go about that.
Posted, do we have to post it after termination for 10 days or something? Is there a time frame? Like, there's probably a time frame for that, but we definitely need a temporary one, cause obviously Steve, I mean, totally grounds to terminate him if he's not even returning calls. I mean, we've had problems with him. I think there's grounds, even if he was returning a call, but I think there's still grounds to terminate him,
So,
just based on past experiences.
yeah, so, yes, we,
Do you need a motion to temporary, hire the temporary? You just,
I don't
you
think
need
so.
to do it, so you
Yeah.
can do it?
Yeah.
we need to do it.
Okay.
You get somebody here to temporary, just do the inspections for the Oktoberfest for now. The next inspections I do for the town, we need to get somebody on board when,
January-ish, I think.
first of the year. Okay, so we have. All right, let's deal with the Oktoberfest. So we'll start with that. All right. We're good? You know what-
Yeah,
know
sure.
how we're moving forward there? All right. Next item we have on the agenda is the health agent, the update.
Okay, so I've been dealing with a pre-existing issue was Main Street and the pool. A little bit of an issue there, but now it is being filled. I haven't heard back from Mark. I was emailing him, and I emailed Jackie today though, and she did say he talked with somebody for a while, so he'll call me tomorrow, and so I'll know.
Did you
exactly
go out
what's
and see
going
it?
on. Yeah, I did.
Was there a pretty big hole still there? It sunk in quite a bit.
Well, I don't think it was ever filled completely.
It was just,
Yeah.
it's a pool, right? It was
Mhm.
partially filled.
Yep.
Really?
Yep. So.
A lot of water in it?
I didn't see any when I was there, but he said when it does rain, it'll sit for a little while, especially this summer, because it's been so rainy, and then it drains slower. But I think that's being solved, and the person is filling it, which is good, because there was concern that maybe he wouldn't respond.
Good.
So then I have Gilboa Street, which I'm still working on. We'll see what happens. I sent an email today to the landlord and the tenant. It seems like neither of them have made any progress. There's only like small things, but I did get an email today also that I was forwarded from the apartment next door, and they're getting annoyed with the amount of trash. So I don't know if that's something that I can just, I emailed and asked if I can stop by because it's been the 3 weeks. She didn't answer that, so I'll just see
You
if
can
I can
pop
still
in.
stop by. Because it's in the back of the yard. So can I just stop by and look?
Yeah, if the other tenant is asking
Yeah.
for a complaint about it, then yeah, I would say that you
She
certainly
said her
can.
next step is coming to the board anyways, so I'll just peek back there and notice it and send another letter.
Yeah, usually that's the Gilboa resident there.
Yeah.
That's really just a family dispute that
Right.
that she brought us
And
into.
they sent a picture and it looks like even more stuff is outside, like their
sure.
couches and everything, so
Can't even imagine.
that's happening. There's been some other weird things. So I did also talk to the Paul Hoffman, and he said because things do seem like they're just breaking, I can cite them because they're supposed to be keeping up with the maintenance.
Maintenance, yeah.
So-
Homeowner's maintenance responsibilities
Right.
at some point, right?
Right.
We've inspected that, I mean,
I just wasn't sure how to like handle it, and like,
No,
and then
I-
I asked him, and I was like, okay, like as long, because I know like some things like are the landlord's responsibility, but if they're not keeping up with it, then
Right, and we have documentation that they were fined 3 months ago, 2 months ago, 6 months ago, 8 months ago.
This is yeah, I think you're doing great.
Yep. So then I just heard something for Fairfax, which was something we dealt with in July. It was like a well that was having like an odor, but I think the well was just sitting for a while, and they but you use bleach or something usually, right, to clear it out, something like that. So they did that, but now I guess it's foaming. It's foamy. So I don't know what that means.
Foamy. Okay. I don't know if that is.
When coming out of the faucet.
Bob?
Yes.
Any idea what that means?
What is it doing? I can't,
The water from a well, they say it's coming out like foamy.
uh-huh.
That's all I know. I need to call him tomorrow.
Is it tied into the dishwasher and the washing machine?
And getting a backflow?
Backflow, yeah. It sounds like some sort of mineral content in there, I don't know, you know.
Oh, okay.
Unless you really test it, I couldn't even tell you. And that's their responsibility,
Right.
test that well, that's their own responsibility, it's not.
Well, they're renting.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
then it's whoever owns the
Right.
property,
Mhm.
it's their
Right.
well.
Did they ever test it after the original complaint? Was that tested?
We didn't even end up sending out the complaint because the landlord fixed it
Oh,
right away.
he fixed it right away?
Yeah.
Oh, great, great.
So I'm sure if I just call him and let him know, I'll
Yeah,
do it
something
again.
else, right, right. Sounds like that'd be great.
Yes.
So that was it. Next week I'll be on vacation, so I wasn't sure if there was like an away message or something I can do though in the meantime when I'm gone, or what I should do if I get like emails.
I don't know, the whole time I was agent, I never went on vacation.
No, you're not allowed to.
No.
I'm still going.
We didn't tell you that?
Yep, that was my solution.
Cause Kristen, you have an away message, right?
I mean, it's
make
a,
one, yeah.
Yeah.
so most
But
of what you
can
do.
You can do it on the computer,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
So-
most
On
of
your
what you
phone.
do is on appointment anyway, so it would be,
Right.
you know, I'll get back to you as
Well,
soon
I've
as I
seen
can.
like calls too, so I don't know if anybody, if I should leave the phone here, something like that.
Just forward all your emails to Cory.
Yeah.
He doesn't have an email anymore.
No, take it away.
That's good. Yeah, we can talk, I'll talk to you about that,
Okay.
figure it out.
That was it.
Okay. Very good, very good.
Oh, what about
Arch.
Arch Street? Yes.
Oh, yeah. I did call, they're under new bank now, and I also emailed Mark, cause I went through the folder and like found the existing, I only saw like 3 things left.
I mean, it looks like nobody's living there. It looks empty to me. I drove by a few times and I never saw, it looked like it was getting cleaner. And it didn't look like anybody was there. The doors were
Yeah,
wide
I did
open.
drive by recently too.
Any cars
They
in there?
didn't,
No, I haven't seen anybody there, so I don't know.
So I told the bank, they only gave me a fax number, so I'm just gonna fax them a letter with all of the things that need to be fixed.
Yeah, did you ever talk to the town lawyer about that property?
No, I didn't.
I might maybe talk to him, or even Matt.
I was gonna kinda compose the whole email and then send it
Yeah,
to
and then
Matt.
send it to Matt and
Yeah.
ask him what he thinks, cause he may have a couple lines for you to add
Right.
that might really get them moving on it and cleaning it up, so,
Yeah.
cause the place is dangerous.
Cause it makes me nervous too that I'm sending it to a fax.
Yeah,
Like, who's gonna see that
I
and
would,
respond?
right, but if it's a bank owned, like Matt told me before, there's some things that you can say that will get them
Right.
fired up and progressing, cause that place, I mean, when I inspected it, it was dangerous, but at least there was people living there and dogs, no kids are gonna wander in there.
So I think the only three things that I saw left were all the broken floor joists, the mold in the basement, and
Yeah,
just general inside and outside
Yeah, there's
cleanup.
probably a lot of glass, there's probably, I
Oh,
mean, the
really?
place was just a dangerous place for
Oh, okay.
people to be snooping around,
Mhm.
kids to be snooping around, you know, just one of those bad situations.
So should I put a condemned sign on it?
I would probably talk to Matt and
Okay.
make sure, it probably does need to be condemned, if there's nobody
Right.
living there, I would say it needs a sign. It needs to be condemned, I
Okay.
mean, we could've condemned it when the, residents were still living there.
Right.
As a board, we chose to give them a chance. So I think, yeah, I think we would, without them there, I'm guessing they didn't fix the major issues that needed to be
I doubt
fixed. So
it.
I would say we probably need to put a couple condemned signs on it, but before you do that, I would probably talk to Matt and see if there's any verbiage that needs to be put into the
Right.
letter.
Oh, that just reminded me too, I had the Whitens Estates. But I didn't end up sending anything for that because it seemed like Mark was handling it all,
Okay.
so. Mhm. And they're already almost done. cleanup,
Mark's a
which is
great
good.
building inspector too.
Yeah,
I'm glad
he
we got
is.
him. He's really good. He's on top of it. How's he doing with
The
Kevin.
wine back there?
way near your neck of the woods?
Oh, that,
The
I
hoarder.
missed the last one, but the next one's in November. He gave him 60 days, so I'll be there for that.
How did he do in the last one? Do you know? Did you hear? Was
I don't think he did good.
it was a better do better type of situation?
It was like, I think he inspected all the properties and saw he was just moving things. I think that's what he did. So,
Roslyn,
cool.
Mark's not gonna, yeah, down at
Arnold
Street?
Arnold Street.
Arnold Street. I mean, that's been a 5-6 year thing.
Right.
Yeah, we were talking about
But I
that.
think Mark's the guy that's gonna clean it up. I mean, he's gonna,
Good, good,
yeah, I like him.
good.
I have been having a hard time hearing back from him though.
Really?
Yeah, I sent him like 3 emails last week and called him.
Yeah, phone call. I've never even sent him an email. Phone
Really?
call. I always
I
have way
did
better
call him.
luck. I'll try calling him again.
Well, I emailed Jackie and so she'll tell him.
Oh, that worked out. Yeah, yeah, there you go. Yeah, cause I mean, I know he was swamped.
Right, seems like a lot's going on for both of us, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, all set?
Wow, that was good.
All right. Next item we have on the agenda, bills and warrants. Look at those.
Oh, actually, that reminds me, whatever happened with the beavers, Kristen? Bad Luck Pond?
Oh, he just takes it and gets
He
it
did?
done, yeah, yeah.
What's walnut printing?
Stickers.
I saw an otter today run across the river otter. Rarely ever see that. That's only the second one I think I've ever seen.
Or a fisher cat.
It was too small to be a fisher cat. It's really small, and it wasn't a weasel, it was, you know, bigger than
Yeah,
a weasel,
right.
but it was not a fisher cat. I mean, it was,
Oh, look
probably
at
100 yards, maybe 50 yards by the time it
Yeah.
finished, but I said, man,
There you go.
I'm pretty sure that
I've
was
seen
an
him,
otter.
I've seen him around.
You don't see them right in the Mumford,
Right? you
near
know,
the cemetery.
The water that comes down, there's like the river that comes down the hill here on Main Street.
Yep.
And it crosses underneath.
Oh, yeah,
I see them there,
really?
yeah.
The little river otters.
Yeah.
That's a neat little animal, you don't see, I
Yeah,
mean,
don't
I,
see many.
no, not too often.
How big would you say the deer is that's got a 4.5-inch track?
Track? It's a hoof?
Hoof.
That's a full-grown deer. It's a big
Big.
one. Yeah, as big as they get. No way of telling the age because the hoof on a hold it by the, as long as it's full-grown. But that's a big
as they get, probably.
Okay, so the tonnages to look over. Again, they look very good.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, you guys are doing great down there with
Yeah,
those.
these are now consistently high.
Corey did audibly wow earlier looking at them.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. That's good.
Like wows, yes.
A lot of 11s.
We had an instant on well, with the open tops, with the metal and the 40-yarder.
Okay,
And Kristen called me on it, and what happened, we had put in to have the 40-yarder bulky pulled out. And the metal one is behind it. Well, they ended up pulling out the metal one, the 40-yard metal instead of the bulky. And when George and I went in the next day we had to work, we're saying, what the heck happened? They pulled out the 40-yard, that thing wasn't even half full.
Jesus.
It was the 40-yard bulky we wanted to pull out.
yes.
And that was full, they left the full one?
They left the full one. They're saying we said the 40-yard bulky. Said no.
Yeah.
Said want the 40-yard bulky pulled out, not the metal. We didn't have but the metal. So I had called them in, and I got Kristen talked to them, and they said George had called and had the metal pulled out. I said, no, we didn't. No, we didn't. George did not call and have the metal because it was only half full.
Right.
And by going by the weights on it, like Kristen told me the weights, I said you can tell the thing was just about half full.
Oh, 0.69?
6.9.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it's,
And usually when we call in, we look at them and we decide what we're calling in.
Yeah,
You know, we don't,
no.
but
No,
I
you
think
guys don't
Andy
make-
was that the time Andy was out and that other guy was in?
Yeah, the other guy was in. Andy was on vacation.
And the other guy used to come here, but something happened, they wouldn't let him come here anymore,
Yeah.
but something happened with Andy and he had to come. And I bumped into him a couple of times, he's just not a happy camper,
No, he's not with it. He's
not with it.
a sad life.
But he did pull the wrong one out.
Yeah, so,
Well, it happened once, right?
well, I guess they want us to,
They want us to
they want
pay for it.
pay
I
for
think
the
we should
metal
pay
being
for it.
pulled. We didn't ask to have pull, I mean, that's not my
Just-
call, but we didn't have to have that one pulled out.
Yeah.
Is that the invoice for BP truck?
Yeah.
You called them on it and they just
Yeah,
said sorry?
Well, they write down the calls, and they have George down there.
Yeah.
But George called me, he said he was for bulky though. not metal.
He's saying call for metal.
No.
So they messed
Well,
it up.
I know, well, that's what's written on it.
But they wrote it on the invoice.
Yeah.
They wrote
George
the,
is correct, he's not denying that. He's
so they
denying
wrote the
it was
mistake
metal.
on the invoice.
He didn't say.
Yeah, well, that could have been it. They might have put down, when I said 40-yard bulky,
did both
maybe they
Yeah,
checked off the
They
wrong one,
crossed.
40-yard metal, and they screwed up.
So I mean, I would tell them, okay, like no problem, we'll pay
That week they
this
didn't.
one, but there's no way that we would have asked
No.
for a half
That
full.
week-
no, they did the next day, I think.
That's crazy.
On the ninth, one week later, on the 12th they
The
did.
13th.
Yeah, they emptied the metal on
Oh, yeah, the
8/5.
13th.
The
And then
13th,
they
they,
emptied
George
it.
called in the bulky too.
40-yard bulky was the next day, right?
You should've took the plug
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, because we had to call, I called them back, said, hey, you didn't take the 40-yard,
Oh.
I need the 40-yard bulky pulled.
Oh, okay. 13th, okay.
Oh yeah, 8/13, 4/2. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, okay.
And that's chock full.
You know what, why, I don't understand, cause they had to pull that out to get to the metal and the metal was empty.
And
So
I
why
don't
would you
know.
pull that out
I
and
know.
leave it?
You would think they would know what they were looking at, right?
Yeah, they,
I didn't
I
even
would
think
think
they
so.
looked at them.
I mean, how do you move the full one out of the way to get to the half full one?
Yeah.
And then drive away?
Yeah, no
mean,
questions
that's-
asked.
Who's driving
I
the
mean,
truck?
and these guys must go by their paperwork, it was checked off on the wrong one, their paperwork, so they don't look at these things, they just pull them out.
Yeah.
They just pull them out.
Yeah.
Cause I know, we talked to Andy tonight, Andy, he's under the gun, he's gotta get these things up, and he's got his next stop and his next stop, and so they don't really look at it.
And I look at every one, it's never been an issue.
Yeah, no.
So we'll give him this one. I mean, whatever.
One time.
He's arguing with me, so,
He's arguing with you over it?
he said, no, and I said, George didn't call it, he goes, I
No.
talked to him personally.
No.
He must have misunderstood. Obviously, there was a misunderstanding.
Yeah.
Which guy did you talk to?
Scott.
So, yeah, there's Scott, and there's, who's the other
Yeah,
guy?
the other guy always gives you to Scott.
yeah,
Huh?
but
Yeah, I think
sometimes the other
Scott's
guy
in
will
charge.
answer if Scott's not around.
Yeah, there's another guy there, oh,
Yeah.
Justin.
Justin.
There's Scott and Justin, sometimes when I call, Justin takes the calls.
Yeah,
Yep, and Justin's like, hold on, and then Scott got on. He's like, no, I personally took that call. How he remembers that?
I don't know. He's not,
I know that.
oh, he's talking through different orifices.
I'm calling him tomorrow.
Can't remember when I did 5 o'clock, maybe 5 weeks ago.
That's all right. We'll give him this one, and
All right.
just remember it.
Yeah.
Feather in the cap.
All right. Next, we have the approval of the minutes for August 19th.
Thought they were very well done, as usual.
Is that a motion to accept?
Sounds like it,
I
right?
make a motion, we accept the minutes.
Second?
from
Motion's
August
been made in
19th.
the second. All those in favor? Aye. Motion passed, and
Old and new business.
Old, new business.
Keeping in mind, this has been a very long
open
meeting.
session for topics not reasonably anticipated 48 hours in advance of this meeting. Any,
Hazardous waste.
yes,
I did a follow-up with the New England Disposal Technology something.
Okay.
And they're willing to do almost anything we want. They will set up a fund per household, per address, that, you know, people can bring up to $100 or $200, whatever we said. They will do it by town, they will do it by any way we want, apparently, if we choose to go that route.
mhm.
I took some stuff up there, and I was surprised at how much it cost. So the easiest thing to do is to dump it, which is what we do not want to do.
Yeah, that's trying to avoid.
So
What'd you
we-
take up? If you don't mind me asking.
Some empty aerosol cans and some flashlight type batteries.
What'd they charge you?
Like empty spray paint cans,
What- Yeah,
effectively?
yeah.
And
And
some
and
ba-
some that wouldn't empty,
With paint in them that ran out of aerosols, anyway.
or whatever reason.
Right, for whatever reason they
Whatever.
leaked out, but then the gas was gone, so.
And the cost was $22 or something like that,
Total? For-
yeah. Which I thought was enough.
I know, I thought years ago they gave you $15 for batteries. I couldn't remember scrapping
Jesus.
batteries for $15 each.
Not those batteries.
That's
Well,
what
we're
These
talking
are-
the aerosol cans and the batteries,
The
I
little
didn't sort
batteries.
of.
Oh,
Small
oh,
ones.
oh, jeez.
The little
Used to
fellas.
just
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
everything.
And they'll take them, huh?
So,
$20.
I don't think we wanna go in the $8,400 route, and that was last year. Next year could be higher, because the state goes in and gets bids each year, and then that's what you pay to have them come here, whoever them is. So it seemed to me that if we had a collection station for household batteries, flashlights, etc., here and at the transfer station, and mercury containing things in the two
Chemistry.
places, that we could take care of a lot of items ourselves and not spend any money doing it, or very little money doing it. The other thing is, we may want to explore putting money in for each household in town, or we can set a limit for us, or we can do any combination of things, and not have a hazardous waste day here in town.
Oh, man.
Hmm,
State,
no.
Were you talking about NETD, is that the name of the place? NETD?
Yes, NEDT, yeah.
NEDT, yeah, okay.
I mean, it's not all that inconvenient to go there, it's near Walmart.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Most people, my guess is, go to Walmart sooner or later.
Well, we have some slips at the dump now, and I
Yeah.
had Chris run copies off, and that's what we can give them
We
to people,
give them to
because all the
people.
information, all the stuff they take, so. I had to make up like 20 copies, if someone has something that we don't take,
Yes.
like batteries or pens, so
You
we
send
give
them
one of
there.
things, and say, here's where you go. Gilmore Street or Gilmore,
Yeah,
whatever.
83 Gilmore, I think.
Yeah.
Gilmore Street, yeah. But I didn't know it was
Oh.
that expensive. What happened to the Waynesville? They used to take everything.
They,
Used to.
yeah, well, they still do take things, but you have to pay $40 a year plus whatever you're bringing.
Oh, really?
Really?
For a $40 sticker.
Yeah. And then you still gotta pay them.
Then,
Yeah.
yes,
Well, you know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Too expensive.
I
You
pay
know
more
what's
than
gonna
what
happen? The
before too.
dumpsters are gonna fill up a lot quicker.
That's right.
Yeah,
Because
the
people are
price
gonna
must have
throw
went
it
up,
in.
yeah,
in the dumpster.
they're charging more too,
Right.
for
I
somebody
feel like
else.
this is a discussion we need to
Because
do
people aren't
more
gonna
in
pay.
Yeah,
depth
because I
next
think it's
year when we have
ridiculous.
our
They can
whole
like kick the guy out. Now, some guy can
check-in
have to or something.
bidding thing, right, and we try to see if it's gonna be that one piece well, like maybe that would be something that we could
Turn
look at.
around.
Oh, for the, transfer station bid?
Yeah.
Woman coming upstairs, hey, it's glass.
Well,
Oh, on the other side of the-
Single stream recycling,
Happen.
that doesn't handle the hazardous waste.
Right, and if it, is it something that we can put into
Get rid of
the
them, to buy them.
I don't know if
I feel like it would be
Hmm.
better to have a company instead of a single day, because it probably reduce the amount of
Right,
risk
'cause
people are trying
people
to
don't
sneak
wanna,
in.
people wanna throw something away, they wanna throw it away,
Right,
they don't
they
wanna.
do.
don't hold on to it.
They don't wanna throw it in the shed for a year and try to
Right.
remember
Correct.
hazardous waste
They
day.
can bring it up to the
Right.
transfer station, we store it until.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, it's amazingly successful in Mendon though. They may have 40, 50 cars lined up on the day of the hazard.
Wow.
But it's probably more recent things that people are trying to get rid of, you know, if it's during the summer.
Or it's become a habit for them.
Right.
That's true.
They're
Every
used
year
to
they
that.
do it,
Right,
We've
we're,
educated the public, and the public now knows that.
yeah.
right, I mean, it's possible, I suppose. The logistics of it, I
Is
don't
there
know.
grants that we can use for that?
Say
Is there
again?
grants?
I like these ideas, by the way.
We can apply
I
for it.
haven't been able to find any yet. They claim there may be, but I haven't been able to find them.
Have you spoken to Irene?
Yes,
She doesn't know.
not clear.
Oh,
Hmm.
Sent me off to
Yeah.
US government, I mean, you get lost in that maze. Mass government's almost as bad,
Right, .org there,
Yeah.
just keep fishing,
yeah.
.gov.
that can take hours, yeah, never go anywhere.
Yeah.
So what are the options then? I'm sorry, can you go over that one more time? So it's,
One of the options is we can set up a contract with NEDT.
yeah, and they'll create
apparently
accounts.
Almost any way we wanna do it. We
So-
can do it townwide, we can do it household.
So if we do it townwide, what is it, people just bring stuff and then we just flip the bill at the end of the year or something, or quarterly or
Up
something?
to the limit we set.
Once we hit, so we can say, well,
And they
once
when-
you hit 500
But the
bucks,
town
you're done,
gets so much,
Yeah, they stop.
deny them.
or a limit per
But
household.
then,
Right.
the word won't get out there that they're denied, so then more people would probably just show up and
Right,
we could hit that limit in a month, we don't know, and then be denied for 11 months after that,
Right.
people, so you don't want
Yeah.
that. Or by household,
By
which
household.
just
What
means
does
you
that
just
mean?
pay as you go.
We set a limit, we
Per
pay
household.
a limit of $50, $100, $200,
Per
whatever we
household.
want per household.
Per
Once the household hits that, they're done, that household is done.
So
Right?
that would be
Right.
almost impossible.
oh yeah, how do you
Yeah, how you gonna keep track of that?
They
They would have
would
to
keep track of it, but how would we be able to estimate the
well, why don't they
expenditure?
just tell us the bill at the end of the year or something like that?
Well,
But you would have to
the
budget for that.
expenditure is whatever you set as limits for households.
Well, right, but we have a lot of households, so even if you said
How many
50 bucks a
households?
Well,
household.
that's why I was
Right.
thinking,
Yeah.
probably would have to be next.
If that was
July.
$20,
3,000
We're
households.
talking
thousands
thousands.
of dollars.
We can't budget thousands of
Right.
dollars for, I mean, that would be like, that could be $10,000 easy,
Yeah, say $50 and
easy.
3,000 households,
Would there be something
town,
where
I
we
mean,
could next?
$50 we're looking at.
Right, we can't possibly,
July.
and that's
We
a,
budget something, so.
It's
loose budget.
150,
Where we could just.
But you can combine them.
300.
Could we do something where we maybe say, all right, this is how much the town will pitch in, and then people can go and get like a small discount or something like that? Like, would that be an option?
They will do almost anything you want. So we can do household
money.
and town limits. So you can say $50 per household, but the town will not pay more than. I mean, I was surprised at how flexible they were, and they offered to do other things.
4 batteries.
Because if we did something like that, then we could budget it. You know, say, all right, well, we'll pitch in
That's
$1,000.
Right, I mean, per
And
household.
then, no, not even per household, just total. And
Total,
just
right.
say,
Having a leg.
people
Discount.
can get
Going on vacation. I thought.
$5 or something like that. And it's always done.
That's the problem, is once it's used up,
It's awful,
that
but it's
creates
true.
problems.
That's what happens.
So how does the word get out that we've used our expenditure?
I think they would go
If
to
you-
go
if you
there,
set
and
town-
they just have to pay the $22.
I mean, if you set town-wide, you're probably looking at 5 or 1,000 or more.
Reasonable.
So would you just as well go one day with hazardous waste day?
Right.
As opposed to giving
I think
people
we
the
keep that
option
that
of
way, yeah.
going whenever they want.
I think that might be a better option.
Yeah, me too.
A day a year, hazardous waste day,
If people know they're just gonna save their things and come to the day.
Yeah.
come to that
And
day.
then how do we can't just take everything for free, it would have to be like Tire Day where we charge a
Right.
base number based on what they're bringing.
How does Mendon do it?
Just whatever you drive in with, they take the box or the bag or whatever out and you're gone. That's it.
I don't know, something like that makes me nervous. Just, I mean, what are they gonna put it, hey, we could end up flipping at $20 for a few spray cans, we could end up with a $5,000 bill at the end of
Well,
that.
no, theirs was 8 something.
So
we could end up with a $10,000 bill at the end of hazardous
Well,
waste day.
But you know what that is before you go in, because this is what they charge whoever it is, and, who's the great big environmental group in Mass?
DEP.
Green Harbors.
Green Harbors.
I mean, they can, for example, they come in with, it's gonna cost you $8,400, and that's what you pay,
Oh, no.
regardless of.
Regardless of how much you bring in.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
They bring,
Oh, okay.
okay.
and that's set up with the state. The state has them bid, and you pick the bid that the state agrees to.
And quantity doesn't matter?
No. And items don't
Wow.
matter.
Items and quantity don't matter, you pay a base amount?
And
Yep.
if
So
two people
you-
shows up,
you
they
pay it
still
regardless.
pay
You pay it.
2,000.
We pay $8,000 for this day, and so on that day, anybody can bring anything they want to get rid of.
$4,000 worth of stuff,
So
you still
even
pay
if two
eight.
people shows up, we still pay $8,000.
I mean, these places know, they've run enough of them, they know what's coming in, on
Right, right.
average.
And they have an idea, so they have an idea that they're making
Yeah,
money.
I'm gonna
so-
advertise that well ahead of time too, but I think
Right,
that's
exactly.
probably the best way to go about it, though. We
That's a big
know what we're
budget
dealing
item.
with.
Yes.
It is, but that's a big budget item to flip for, knowing you're not getting any, like tire day, we know that we can offer tire day and we can charge $3 for a tire, and we'll do
Is that something we
okay.
could do too, just $10 a car or something like that?
I don't think it would even
Matter?
no. Right.
No, I mean, if it's grants, terrific,
Yeah.
but, so with grants,
If we can find one.
We can find one, yeah.
Just to see how it works, get
Yeah.
it started, I mean, that's the
Yeah.
thing, is I think like Mendon, once you got it rolling, then it's beneficial, right? Everybody benefits from it.
Yeah.
To the chief.
But getting it rolling is
Did you ask the chief about that? 'Cause he found a grant for the drugs and stuff.
No, the one I'd probably ask is the fire chief. Because there's stuff in there that's on
Yeah.
the fire side of the house.
Yeah,
right.
Well, he
Yeah,
just might be a
that's-
good resource.
because he does a lot of grants, they both do probably.
But I will,
Chief Vincent's a pretty
I will
easy
go
guy
back
to
and
talk
ask
to,
him
too.
both.
Yeah.
Boy, that's
If we can find that, that'd be great.
Yeah,
A grant,
I mean,
you know,
I'm
a
for
day where we know
something
exactly
like
what we're
that,
dealing
but
with.
That's a lot of money to throw into the budget.
It is,
It's gotta
but,
come from somewhere.
So
yeah,
that
that's
would
why,
be the next budget thing we're talking about.
Where's
Can we
the-
use the enterprise fund for that, or is that?
get started.
Oh, I don't know,
I
probably
really
no.
don't, I don't think so.
You
I'm
can't,
gonna do
you
that.
can't even use the transfer, because it's not a capital improvement, it's.
That's,
Yeah,
yeah, that'd just be for people using the transfer station, that would be townwide.
Right.
is that even under transfer
The
station?
question is, where's the stuff going now?
Well, for the,
In the dump.
NBU one.
Yeah.
In the dump or
Yeah, but that
right the
has
fire
to
pit
be-
or back or something like that.
We took care of
no, that'd be townwide,
medication,
probably,
disposal.
hold that,
Right.
Under health.
yeah, health department.
Probably so.
Pick a spot in town.
If it was under transfer station, we,
Have it a Saturday, you know, the parking lot here, or down the DPW
Well, I
lot, or
checked-
somewhere in
I
town.
checked with DPW and we can use that whole big lot of theirs to
Terrific.
circle around, because you're gonna have people lined up from here to there and back.
does the state come there and work that with you?
No, whatever group you hire.
Hire Green Harbors or whoever you hire.
Whoever it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the company comes.
Oh, they come and work it.
Oh,
You
yeah.
don't work it?
They come
So
there
you pay for the whole service.
in
You
their
pay for
white
the whole
suits and
service.
their setup and their
Oh,
disposal
really?
areas. Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's like,
Because they don't know what they're dealing with either.
Right.
Hazardous waste people are bringing in, yeah, knows what they got.
Could be
They
anything.
don't want you to deal with it, more so.
I think it's a good
Wow.
idea.
I think it's a good idea too.
Yeah.
Look further into that, that'd be great. Yeah, everybody, ask chiefs, you know, looking for the grants, but yeah, I like that,
Thank you, Dick.
that day. Be terrific.
All right,
Hey,
just in case you feel left out and haven't been invited, you've now been invited.
Oktoberfest?
Invited to Oktoberfest.
Friday night.
Oh, good.
Dining, drinking, and drunking, yeah.
Dancing?
Sure, sure. Dancing.
Go for it.
And the menu's on the backside.
Goodness.
Oh, wow, look at that.
I'll be celebrating my Christmas.
That's a little
You're
bit.
leaving it too? What, what are you going to Spain, to Spain?
A couple different spots. Barcelona, which is where we'll be celebrating that, and then Ibiza and Lisbon.
Barcelona was my favorite.
Yeah. So excited, although I've heard we can get Rockies to do that.
Anyway, my husband was involved in it. but
Pick a
it's-
date for the next meeting?
Really?
Oh yeah, on the bus.
This would be a
On
month.
the
the
train,
bus?
and you know what, good thing
Was
was,
it like an hour?
We can go back.
you know what
to
was
the
a fake
last
crowd,
one.
and
They'll
he
change
had
for
the
that.
wallet here,
Start doing it again.
and it's
Yeah,
still
we
good.
may have
He
an
was
early
with
meeting,
this,
depending on what
like,
happens with that.
engineer from the board.
Sewer disposal plans.
Credit
Correct.
cards, everything.
Came for that.
Good thing for the passport
They don't need
to
a
have
special
that.
meeting, that's fine, if
So
they
don't
do,
carry
then.
stuff with you.
No, you
That's
know,
something
but
earlier, but-
he, like, was fake crowd,
October-
people like
October
young
20th.
guys, you know, like just, someone was pushed on him.
Right, it was big.
And then he's almost, they kick him out, and, you know, he would be with no vacation cards, nothing, would be like really hard.
All right.
So don't travel with a lot, that way you don't have a lot to give them, right?
Mm-hmm. Right. Just
Anybody have
when you
anything
get
else?
And we were there last year, and.
They pull
you
a
know,
gun on them or
kids.
something, or
No,
just?
in the train.
Okay. Any other discussion?
All right, nope.
All not, if not, everyone makes a
I'll make a motion.
motion,
Second?
motion and second, all in favor? Aye. Meeting adjourned. Okay.